The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. Monday, April 26, 2021. A sports show based in Indianapolis, Indiana will begin immediately following this beat drop. Here we go. Hey, let's have a good week.
Here we go. Here we go now.
Hey, it's draft week, huh? Let's get it. Night dreams are going to come true. Teams are going to change. There's a lot popping off in the NFL world. We'll be joined by Eric Walden, Super Bowl champion of the Green Bay Packers, former teammate of mine, alongside A.J. Hawk in about an hour from now, talking about all things NFL. And there's a lot of things to cover right now. Who's going at 3? Who's going at 4? What's going to happen with teams for the next 10 years of their existence with the quarterback position, and what head coaches are inevitably going to get fired because of a poor draft pick that happens on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. There is so much to be excited about, and we can't thank you enough for listening or watching wherever the hell you may be. Obviously, the Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor, Ty Schmidt. Fellas, listen. Packed house in Jacksonville this morning.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, that crowd was roaring so loud. I feel like that now Texas Rangers had 40,000 at a baseball game.
Right.
Baseball game crowd can only be as loud and as rompous as a baseball crowd can be. Okay? I feel like the people that went to that UFC in Jacksonville with 15,000 other people, I feel like they went with the mindset of we're making a statement.
Yes.
I feel like they had the attitude of, hey, we're blowing the fucking roof off of this place. They said masks were optional. Every shot I seen of the crowd, it was hey, this is a maskless, reckless, wild fucking time. It was a celebration, I feel like, of the UFC fans being able to be back around each other. And I feel like the fighters understood that as well. The first fight of the night was 2 ladies. It was on ESPN. And I feel like there was a chance. Now, this is early in the night. Probably at 33% filled, maybe 20% capacity or whatever.
Yep.
Live on ESPN, the prelims or whatever the hell it is. I don't know what you call it, the undercard. And that fight was the perfect fight to have back in front of probably 6,000, maybe 5,000 people. They just threw bombs at each other right in the middle of the thing. The place was going crazy. There was chants happening. And then every fight after that continued to deliver. UFC had an opportunity to hit a grand slam with a packed arena for the first time in 13, 14 months or whatever, and the fighters did just that. Old Buddy snapped his leg in half.
Oh, man.
T's and
Weidman.
B's to that. I mean, there's obviously the full story with Anderson Silva doing the same thing to him years ago, breaking his leg. That was gruesome and obviously disgusting to see. Hope he's okay. Knockouts, incredible knockouts. And he punched his face, so hard. In that photo that was taken by, what was the photographer's name? Phil Ellsworth, is maybe the nicest photo I've ever seen in my life. It feels like these professional photographers, do they put filters and shit on this, or is this just a natural?
I don't know. I think it's just pure.
His camera rig, I'm sure, is next.
Yeah.
Guy's got a good rig. But it was something came out of nowhere. Street Jesus eats one. I mean, I think it was a home run of a night for UFC. I'd assume Dana White's pumped. Now we wait to see who all dies from this. I'm not talking about the fighters. No, I'm talking about, the potential rollout of maybe wave 90 of COVID coming through Jacksonville potentially because everybody was there. And I'm going to tell you what, if Uncle COVID was running rampant in there, there was a lot of people sitting ringside. Okay, we need to keep our eyes out on the reigning Super Bowl champs.
That's right.
Okay, Tom Brady's down there with Blaine Gabbert and Mike Evans, and then right next to them, MGK. Okay, Machine Gun Kelly. I feel like maybe one of the new biggest UFC fans out there. Him and his
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, his wife, was there. Then you look on the other side. Obviously, you got Jake Paul, Antonio Brown alongside him. I mean, there was people from all walks of life, all over the country in there. I think celebrating the fact that they're allowed to be back into arena. I think obviously they're fans of mixed martial arts. T.Y. Hilton said it was the greatest fight card ever. He was so pumped to be there. He was sending videos of the night. People's entrances. Thug Rose, he was like, I called it. I called it. He's screaming in one of the videos. Loud, that whole thing. It felt like it was just a home run of an evening for everybody, including Jake Paul. Hell of a night. Jake Paul had an entire arena saying his name. Now, them saying fuck in front of that is something that has to come with the territory, but there's 15,000 people chanting that dude's name, and he was just sitting there hanging out having a good time after making $75 million 2 weeks ago.
He was like the biggest winner almost from this entire thing.
I do believe so. I do believe so, other than Dana.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dana's pretty pumped.
Yeah, also, Texas and Florida, the COVID rates are down. Fox News did report that, but those rates are down in comparison to other states.
Listen, I need you, okay, if you're going to become stats stooge,
Yeah.
all right, on COVID.
That's all we got. That's all we got is the stats.
The, Jesus Christ, Connor. I mean, who knows if anything you just said was real.
Hey,
Like that-
we were wondering about the Texas Rangers Stadium. I'm just telling you what the
fallout
news
of the Texas Rangers Stadium, by the way, is something we had been keeping our eye on. Now, I have not, in my timeline, seen that there has been massive death from that situation.
Right.
So I would assume if it did happen, that would have gone my time. That's good news. Now we got a second trial run here in Jacksonville. If something makes in my timeline that everybody's dead, all right, then we're going to have to potentially sow our horses. But it feels like after watching an enclosed event with 15,000 people acting as if we be COVID.
COVID
Like it was
is dead.
2019.
It's going to be hard not to have everybody else who's potentially locked down watching that being like, I mean, are they all dead? Or what? Are they all dying in there, or what's going on? Eyes are tight on the rollout of COVID in Jacksonville. Let's hope they all survive.
Well, Tim Tebow was there, so everyone's going to be fine.
True.
He did.
That is the son of God.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
That is
Plus
something to
the
think
stadium.
about. And that has been questioned numerous times. I think at this point, at Viva Lazito, since you brought it up, you're right. I did not expect Tebow, by the way, to be a big UFC fan.
Me neither.
I bet you he could beat the hell out of some people in there.
Yeah.
His ground and pound would be unbelievable. What if that's what Tebow is getting into?
The next sport.
I like that.
He's a professional football player.
Yep.
Of course.
Both at the college level and the NFL. He's professional at both. Okay, I assume he got paid at Florida. He should have if he didn't.
Yeah.
Champion.
They got a statue for him, and he was champion on numerous things. He was obviously a professional baseball player.
Yep.
We've seen him hit a golf ball. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
At some point.
He could do it.
DeChambeau before he was doing it.
Yeah, he was DeChambeau before that. Now, if he becomes a professional fighter, I'm here for it. Oh, my God. His promos, too, would be so unbelievable about how much he respects the person that he's fighting against. But whenever you get in there in the spirit of competition, there can only be one man. So you're going to see a man go in there with fists flying like you have never seen before.
Yes.
And I'm going to rally and ground and pound. And then afterwards, we're going to pray together and we're going to respect and appreciate each other. Like, I feel like his promos will go in there. So maybe Tebow is getting in the fight game or whatever. But all eyes are glued there. NFL conversation got heated up this morning. Monday morning quarterback and football morning in America via Albert Breer and Peter King, with all of their connections, always light up some conversation. Now, I'm not sure these two are the only people that are breaking this news, but Julio Jones is very possibly, you get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it did.
There is a chance, a good one it sounds like, that Julio Jones is going to get traded out of Atlanta.
Yes.
We thought this last year. Okay, I thought Matt Ryan and Julio Jones were at the end of the season playing their best football because they both knew they were probably going to have to get traded. Matt Ryan with $100 million guaranteed to him over the next 3 years. Tough trade. We thought he was balling out towards the end to show somebody like, hey, still got it. Don't worry about it. New GM, new head coach. You think there's a chance they're going to want to move on at quarterback position, especially with Justin Fields, who's from Atlanta, potentially now at this point falling down. Yeah. Now it is alleged that Julio Jones is being shopped or at least being talked about. And in this room alone,
Yeah.
Just in this room alone, and there are 4 individuals. There are 4 different teams that are like, get Julio to our fucking team.
Come on over.
Indianapolis Colts, bring him in. Hey, Ballard, listen, you're much smarter than I in this whole game. I get it. But I'll tell you what would make Carson Wentz maybe play like he was playing 2017 football again. Yeah. That's T.Y. Hilton on one side, Julio fucking Jones on the other side, Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, maybe even Paris Campbell getting out there. That team, now you got weapons. Now you got your Julio Jones added to a team immediately makes me feel like, oh, they're going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You add him to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, my God.
Devontae Adams on one side, Julio Jones on the other, and Aaron Rodgers potentially throwing them the rock. Now, let's not even talk about Aaron Jones and the sauce, A.J. Dillon and Big Bob Tunyon and Mercedes. I mean, there's a lot of weapons there, but think about Julio now. As a New England Patriot, with all the I mean, it's in Chicago Bears. Now they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
No way.
But definitely make teams better.
Julio,
Andy Dalton throw the ball to fucking Julio Jones. He is one of those guys that I think everybody in the NFL is. Oh, can we get Julio Jones on our team? Atlanta has to get rid of him. Not him. They have to get rid of somebody and some people and renegotiate some contracts because they don't even have enough salary cap to be able to sign all of their potential drafted players. So they're going to have to make some moves, allegedly, and Julio Jones is going to happen. And it'll be designated post-June 1 because I guess there's a big salary dead cap hit. Ian Rappaport says the Falcons have received calls for teams inquiring about possible trades for Julio Jones. A trade could not happen for cap reasons before June 1st, but teams know Atlanta's brutal cap situation and are calling. A deal won't happen now, but later maybe. But this is also a potential NFL thing where it happens now, but we'll just deem it later.
Yeah.
Now, so they might deem this a post-June 1 transaction due to the way contracts are set up. People have done that in the past, so why do you even have it in the contract?
Interesting.
What's the point?
All these contracts are bullshit now.
Yeah.
It's like pre-June 1 cut or trade this, post-June 1 cut or trade this. We're going to cut you here in April, but want to let you know we're not going to deem it until post-June 1. No, we got to sit on that.
Okay.
So, hey, we're going to trade you, but it's not. So whatever the case is, what that does mean though is Atlanta cannot get any draft picks or give away any draft picks for this year because post-June 1 is obviously further along down the line than April 29th in the draft. So you would have to be trading future draft picks to get Julio right now if you'd like them, or if you're going to wait till June 1 or whatever. And Ty, you said earlier, if this is post next year, years going forward draft picks,
Get rid of all of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Like, we love the draft. Okay?
Love it.
We love the draft. We have a huge draft spectacular this week. We're all juiced for it. You know, when your team has a first round pick and you don't win the Super Bowl, like, that's the first thing you're looking forward to. But Julio Jones is the kind of guy, I mean, he's like a Calvin Johnson. He's a generational talent. You don't think a guy like that's ever going to be available. So if you have this tight window where you can go win the Super Bowl right now, you have Aaron Rodgers. Why not give 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first-round draft picks to get Julio Jones?
Okay, so to get Julio Jones, if they deem it a pre-June 1 trade where this year's draft could be used in the negotiation bargaining chips, would be this year's pick. The dead cap is $23,250,000 for Atlanta, I believe.
A lot of money.
Okay? If it's a post-6-1, the 2021 dead cap is $25 million. 2022 dead cap, $15.5 million. Oh, that's for a release. Sorry, let me get past that. 2021 dead cap post 6-1 trade, $7.75 million. Wow. And then 2022 dead cap, $15 million. So you kind of just kick it down the road or whatever. So it feels like if you go post June 1st, that is very, very easily done here for Atlanta. Just deem it they're going to make moves. It feels like Julio's going to be, where's he going? There's no way he ends up at the Patriots.
I think there is a chance, but, honestly, the more I think about it, just anybody but the Chiefs. Do not let the Chiefs, make this happen, or it's over. The season's already done.
What if the Bucks figure out somehow?
Oh, you think they in division?
In the division.
Oh, man.
In the division, Tampa tells them, because BA, in like the way we know they think about draft picks, like, fuck it, we ain't gonna be around 6 years from now. We'll give you our next 5 ones. How about that? You want 5 first rounders? Fucking take them. Here you go, pal. And they're all going to be hopefully 30 to 32.
Yeah.
Right.
29 to 32. So if you're Tampa Bay, you get Julio on the team and you have that Mike Greenberg contract guru guy who's able to somehow sign everybody to these deals that are either voidable or signing bonus based. And it's just like, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. It's almost like it's a varsity team. It's going to continue to be just older guys. Want to go down to Tampa. We want to play some football. Just give us $10 million in signing bonus. That's cool. Pick up another $10 million, make our salary smaller so the salary cap is down, pay whatever. If they can somehow do this for the next 5 to 10 years or whatever, why wouldn't you just give up potentially? Take 4 future ones. I don't give a fuck.
Well, wouldn't you assume, like, obviously a lot of teams are very cap strapped right now, but if a guy like Julio Jones is available, aren't you doing pretty much whatever you can in your power to make room for him?
We have to remember that every wide receiver and corner that is asked, who's the best wide receiver or corner in the game? The wide receiver is going to say themselves, which they should, by the way, and then immediately go like, well, Julio Jones is in his zone.
Yeah.
And they literally, everybody just says, well, Julio Jones is in his zone. But other than that, it's like Tyreek's up there, Devontae Adams is up there, DeAndre Hopkins is up there. Like everybody has like a similar batch, but it feels like everybody goes like, well, other than Calvin Johnson is what they used to do. Other than Julio Jones, it's like this conversation. I feel like that happens with Julio Jones. Now, there's probably some people who hate Julio Jones in the wide receiver position, but I think everybody very much understands that he's bigger, stronger, faster than everybody else, it seems like. He's a defensive end that plays wide receiver. And the fact that the Falcons have been out of relevance for a little bit now, because that's been the Saints division ever since obviously 28-3, I feel like people have forgot. This is just like Matthew Stafford, and it's a much different conversation, but Matthew Stafford was held in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say hostage,
Like a
but
prisoner.
Pretty close.
he was held hostage in a city of irrelevance in the NFL. Thanksgiving, everybody got to see him. And you know what happened every Thanksgiving? Matthew Stafford's unbelievable.
man.
That's,
Fucking
all,
all over the
that's
field.
all anybody said. Matthew Stafford's unbelievable. And then as soon as Thanksgiving Day is over, it's like, all right, fucking Lions are never going to be on television again. And if they are, it's going to be against Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do what Aaron Rodgers does. So now that he's in LA, I think a lot of people are going to be like, holy fuck. And I think since people have potentially forgot about Julio, that situation could happen again, especially if he's going to a new place where he has to, quote unquote, prove himself again and kind of get refreshed and comfortable. I mean, remember a couple years ago, well, he deleted Atlanta Falcons stuff from all his Instagram.
Right. The Rams would be a perfect place for him, too, speaking of Stafford. Add him to that McVay offense.
Do they have any money?
I thought they cleared a lot from the Goff.
Really?
But also
They had to pay a lot for the golf, too, I think.
They gave up a lot for it, yeah.
Yeah, but they did get. Now, granted, there's a place that goes 3 future ones, 2 future. We don't
Right.
get. Hey, just
Forget it.
Hey, how do you? Because I don't know if they'd be able to get Julio because of the future ones that they gave up for Matthew Stafford. But what if they were like, all right, how about 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2029?
Yeah.
First rounders. Okay, deal. Cool. Yeah, we'll fucking deal with that later. That's literally what NFL teams are doing, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we'll fucking deal with that later. Everybody's like, you ought to gotta play chess. Can't play checkers. It's like, I feel like Tampa, Kansas City, a lot of teams right now are just trying to jump over king me now, bitch, and then just get back on the other side of the board. I feel like there's a potential going to be even Bill Belichick went full checkers.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm buying all my talent. Let's go.
Bring it in.
We got to get good right now. I don't care what's going on. That's why people are saying the Patriots, look for them to make a move in the draft. I guess the Patriots are potentially going to get Justin Fields now, people are saying. Because as Justin Fields continues to fall, because a lot of people are reporting this morning that Justin Fields is out of the Niners race. It is allegedly just Mac Jones and Trey Lance. And I guess personnel in the 49ers are pushing for Trey Lance. I would assume Shanahan is maybe then pushing for Mac. I don't know. I don't know how this thing's going to go. And I don't know how all this information's getting out. I would like to know where this information's coming from.
Who are the leaks?
Who's leaking?
Smoke screens.
Yeah, is this all lie? Is Justin Fields locked in at 3 because of this report? Maybe. That is a very maybe thing. But if Justin Fields is to fall, allegedly, they're reporting a lot of people are going to try to make some moves to get up there.
I mean, you can't let that happen. You simply cannot let that happen. It makes no sense. I don't know how we still are looking at, like, 2 weeks ago, he was the odds-on favorite to go third to the 49ers. Like, what has changed in the last week after he's already had his second pro day? He hasn't really done anything else. Like, what has changed that's causing him to slip now?
You know, I have no idea.
Same thing as before.
Every time I read one of these reports, though, I'm like, who's saying it? Is this a decision maker that's saying this? Then we watch Schefter's little doc thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Schefter made a social doc, a little mini doc, where he asked coaches and GMs about trades and stuff. And it was very well done by Schefter.
Oh, yeah.
Very well done.
Boy,
Good job,
Shefty.
Shefty. But all I was doing in there was just looking at the people and trying to get like a little mental check. Like, okay, so these are the people that obviously have a relationship with Schefter here.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Schefter says something, let's go ahead and go through this video here and see, who's all in it? Bingo, bango. All right, so for future notice, whenever he reports on something, that's potentially who it's coming from. Now, I don't know if that is accurate at all, but it's hard not to watch a Schefty doc, which is very well done, and be like, oh, this must be all of Schefty's people. And I'd assume that is something that is forever going to happen with Schefter and all these other insiders as well.
Well, and that's what made me think of last week when Traeger had the Lions trading out of the top 10 because, his connections with McVay, the new Lions GM being under the McVay umbrella. You would think that would be the spot where the Patriots would try and make a move at 7 because you don't think the Bengals or the Dolphins are going to go
in front
QB.
of Denver, who's potentially going to look at quarterback.
Yeah.
But is Denver going to try to then hop up one or two? I mean, our draft spectacular on Thursday is packed with big guests.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Big guests, okay?
Massive.
But I think there's going to be some big moments on that board. Hey, I think that board's going to be dancing.
I think so.
I think the board's going to be dancing. As it stands, Jags with Trevor Lawrence, 1 overall. Now, there's a lot of conversation in Peter King's article, I believe, or maybe Albert Breer's. I apologize. You both do incredible work, but right now it's kind of blending together. It is either Football Morning in America with Peter King or Monday Morning Quarterback with Albert Breer, where Khan did an entire conversation, basic sit down about the hiring process of Urban Meyer. And Khan, I did not know, was a graduate of University of Illinois. Okay, I did not know that. I learned that out of the article. But then he said with his relationship to the Big Ten, he always followed closely of Urban Meyer, and he ran into him in a couple things because, is he like a massive donor back at Illinois? It sounded like Khan is potentially either involved with the Illinois sports pretty well or is thinking about it. But he was almost going to Urban Meyer for ideas or as a confidant. And then that conversation obviously turned a little bit. So whenever there was early reports that Urban Meyer was talking to Khan, which definitely were out there, I think Khan and Urban Meyer potentially just thought that was just like an ideas session. And then Khan, just like they did in, Full Metal Jacket, where the drill sergeant guy was brought in to teach the actor how to do the drill sergeant. And they were like, nah, fuck it. We're just going to this guy.
Use the actual drill sergeant.
It feels like that's potentially what happened with Khan and Urban, where he was like asking him for ideas and some maybe, hey, you have some thoughts on this or opinions. And all of a sudden it was like, what about you, mother? You want to? Hey, I'll build you a whole new building. Urban Meyer, by the way, probably thought the conversation was going that way early and was starting to set seeds, plant seeds in there. Like, probably gonna need a new building for the guy. Probably gonna need a mansion right there on the beach, probably for the guy.
The weight room kind of stinks.
The weight room needs to be changed. Also, we have 2 pools, but maybe we add some fans in there. Maybe add some more stands. Huh? That's probably what that guy's thinking, though. Urban probably knew. They probably knew. I guess this has been a pretty long relationship, though, that I think they feel very, very good about. The moves that they've made, they've been investing in things. They get Trevor Lawrence, who's going to be the new face of the organization. It feels like the Jaguars might get this shit right, by the way. And if they do, that's a big deal for, I think, Duval County down there, because the Jags haven't been relevant since Fred Taylor.
Yeah, pretty
Fred
much.
Taylor, I think, and Brunel, they have not been relevant in a long time down there.
I saw it was in that same article. It was very interesting because to your point about Shad Khan going back and asking Urban for his advice, he was under the assumption, I think, that they weren't going to have the first overall pick no matter what. And he was like, hey, which quarterback should I look at? And Urban was very bullish on, hey, you need to look at Zach Wilson. He's another guy because, he was wondering why Ohio State produces so many good players but not so many great quarterbacks. And I guess that's when, Urban was basically saying well, if you guys aren't going to get the number 1 overall pick, you really need to look at this Zach Wilson kid. He's next level.
Which was surprising, I guess, to, I would assume, Khan and everybody that read that, because everybody just assumed Urban would have been like, hey, Justin Fields. But instead, in that article, it does allege. Now, who knows if this is exactly how the convo went?
Right.
And it's hard to read inference whenever you're reading an article like that. And maybe they talked about Justin Fields, and then maybe he tagged it at the end like, hey, also, you should look at the Zach Wilson. So we're not 100%. But you got to remember, Urban was doing that college football show with Fox on Saturday's Big Noon kickoff.
Yep.
Now, he took some shots at me.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't even getting paid by that show that I was, and I'm taking shots. But watching him, dissect college football and everything like that, I would assume if you're Khan, great guy to ask actually about what you think there. Now, I don't know how many. I mean, Alex Smith is a hell of a player. Tim Tebow was his quarterback down there in Florida, most notable. I don't know if he made it in the NFL. The Ohio State quarterbacks, obviously, all the stories around there. So maybe Urban Meyer knows what it takes to be an NFL quarterback, but he didn't think it necessarily fit his offenses as well. But Trevor Lawrence seems like a can't miss.
Yeah.
Right? It seems like it.
Seems.
By all accounts, it seems like he's a can't miss. What if fucking Jacksonville becomes a wagon?
Yeah.
What if the Jacksonville Jaguars become a wagon? And this is why the draft is so important. Right here, because there's a chance that the Jacksonville Jaguars, once they sign Trevor Lawrence and, hear them talk in a conversation, he's going to be down in Clemson with a home cam. I guess there's 13 players going to the draft. Everybody else will be on home cams. Shout out to everybody that said, I ain't going to your little song and dance out there. But I do appreciate the players that are going because I'm pretty pumped to, see the draft again. Oh, yeah. There's an entire article, Peter King, I believe, talks about what the draft's going to look like. It'll be 50,000 people. There'll be two different groups, one vaccinated group, one non-vaccinated group. He'll be sitting in between the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and in the stadium, the way they're dressing it up. It should be an absolute spectacle. What did you say back there? There's some...
See the updating betting odds on number 3.
Yeah, let's do it. There's updated betting odds
where
on
they were last Monday.
Number 3 overall. April 14th, minus 270 was Mac Jones. Plus 200 was Justin Fields. And Trey Lance was at plus 470. Now, all of a sudden, Justin Fields is minus 125. No. Okay, yeah. I don't care about this. Yeah. Okay, so now Mac Jones minus 250 for the Niners overall. Trey Lance plus 195. Justin Fields plus 650. We all could have made really good money just a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
And the week before that, we could have made some good money.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Could have done it. Go back to those odds real quick. Minus 250. It's over.
Oh, yeah.
That's all she wrote.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it kind of weird they traded up and they didn't have a guy? Like, they went up to 3 without knowing, like, hey, we really need to
How do you know they didn't have a guy?
They might have had the guy the whole time.
Well, I guess just because of the debates, because of those odds
Yeah, but
bouncing
that's
up and
us
down.
talking. That's not them.
Shanahan the whole
Look
time.
what just came out that it just allegedly came out that the 49ers personnel was pushing for Trey Lance.
Yeah, and in that article, it does say Shanahan is really high on Mac Jones, and everybody else is telling him Trey Lance.
So then the sports books are probably like, well, who's calling the shots over there? Shanahan is. Okay, so this is the one it is. But also, we don't know if any of this is real.
Yeah.
Sports books, let's assume if they move something to minus 250, they have something that they believe is very, very firm. But all this nonsense and conversation that has been happening for the last 2-3 weeks, all could be bullshit.
Yeah.
And we'll cover it all on Thursday. Draft Spectacular starts 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait to rock. We got some big guests. Last Friday, SmackDown. First time Vince McMahon was in my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How was it?
First week of SmackDown, he was not there. This week he was there. Got to meet him. So we should actually, this will be something here. I think this will be a clip that people will talk about because it is a pretty big deal in the wrestling world, not talking everywhere else. So my first SmackDown, obviously I was excited to be there, was pumped to be there. Everybody asked me how it went afterwards. I told them, made a lot of mistakes, but had a blast. Everybody was so hospitable. And then the immediate follow-up from anybody that was in the wrestling business was, what was Vince McMahon like?
Yeah.
Because he is known to be potentially somebody that works with the commentators. He was once a commentator and a very good one at that. And it's his company. You're kind of the mouth of the show. You're a commentator. It's a pretty big deal. I was like, Vince wasn't there actually the first week. And everybody was like,
Whoa.
So it didn't even count, is what everybody said. It didn't even count. You didn't even do a SmackDown, is basically what everybody said. It kind of like, they're like, tell us how it is after next SmackDown whenever he's there. I'm like, you got it. So there's a little bit of nerves. There's a little bit of anticipation here. I've done a lot of research, though, on this man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I've watched a lot of documentaries around the wrestling business because I love the wrestling business and I love documentaries. So when you hear stories from behind the scenes and things that happened, and then they start talking about different people, I try to use it as a sponge, because I hope to one day meet a lot of these people, and it's nice to have a little bit of a background on why they are who they are. Now, granted, never got to meet the legend, Roddy Piper. Learned a lot about him last night.
Yeah.
Okay, it was awesome on A&E. They've hit 2 home runs with the Steve Austin one and the Roddy Piper one, but every time I watch a doc, especially in the wrestling world, I try to pick up some things, information on people that I might, one day meet. Always heard Vince firm handshake. Okay, always heard in the documentaries. I picked it up in a couple. I don't remember exactly where, but there's been conversations where people are like, firm handshake on him. So I'm like, okay, got it. Then they're like, the classic. I was told by a couple people, including somebody that operates with us on a regular basis, like, hey, when he's talking, don't feel obligated to like nod or anything like that, because there's a chance, he'll start thinking maybe you're not even paying attention. And his conversation, he is 100% invested in you when he's having this conversation, because he's got a lot of other shit going on. So when he's doing it, just try to be in the moment, and I'm like, oh, I live in the moment. Like,
Here we go.
Hey, I'm going to be great. So he has obviously a lot going on with the WWE right now, a lot of conversations happening. Me and Michael Cole waiting to go in there and meet him. Got to meet him before we go in there. And I'm like, yeah, we do. We got to go in there. I go in there, okay, I get called in after waiting like 15 minutes, probably. He had to handle something else going on. I walk in there. He looks awesome, swagged out. I mean, we're talking suit up there. Ooh. Great. I mean, he had a great fit, swagged out, standing up at the time. And he goes, Pat, I think he said my name. And then I go, Mr. McMahon. And I come in with the, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for it. And he goes, Vince, right before we make contact or whatever. Good shake. And then let go, I'm like, first test.
Yeah, passed.
First test passed. I feel like we had great web to web too.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Good eye contact on it. Right before he says Vince, so we do the whole thing. You know what I mean? I was like, well, Vince, I know you don't like to be complimented, which is something else that I've heard or whatever, because with all that this dude has accomplished, I'd assume he gets sick of people being like, thanks for doing this. Now, he catches a lot of hell as well, which is going to happen when you're, the founder of a publicly traded world billion-dollar thing. I was like, I know you don't like to be complimented, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say, and I told him like a thank you, for everything, like the decades of entertainment and all that shit, Yeah, but definitely a kiss-ass moment, but also something that I would like him to know. Like, I'm sure you don't hear this much, but like, hey, thanks for like, everything, and also this opportunity. And he was like, no problem. He like gave a quick laugh or whatever. And then he kind of told me a couple of things real quick, made fun of Cole, kind of buried Cole.
Nice.
And then I was like, appreciate you, and I go with fist bump back. Okay. Ooh. So I didn't know if he was a fist bump guy or not. Left hand comes out of pocket. Good.
Oh, good gotcha.
Good pop.
Yeah.
Laugh, walk out. Whole thing about 45 seconds to a minute and 10 seconds. Feel like we hit a home run though.
That's awesome.
Came out the other side. I was very excited. So obviously walk immediately out. Foxy has the camera on. We do a full thing. It'll be a part of the vlog or whatever. Then we go down to ringside. Show's about to start, and have the headphones on. And I'm talking to Cole. I'm like, I think that went well, right? Like, is that?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, it went good. Yeah. But Cole's got 7,000 things going on. So he's like kind of the guy who has to kind of direct everything that's going on air, obviously. So he's got so much going on. So I'm like, hey, man, fucking, is that normal? Is that like the fist bump thing? Will you tell me, hey, if that's like, how about how he laughed? Like, is that something like, I want to know how this guy feels about me. Then he dropped into my ear. And, he said something that was pretty hilarious. I laughed, and then Cole said, has he come into your ear? I was like, yeah. He's like, you're good then. And I was like, me and Vince.
All right. Let's go.
Are we best friends? So then, as the show goes on, he would drop in, and then he would remind me of something or maybe tell me something in a hilarious fashion, which I would assume maybe other people wouldn't find hilarious, but I did find rather hilarious. And then we get to commercial break, and I'd be like, golly, can't believe that's on me or whatever. And don't worry. There's it was literally like a voice of God in my head. And I feel like we had a good time. Now, I can ruin this, obviously, but I'm hoping not to. It was legendary to have a billionaire's brain spill through his mouth into my ear on something he created. I just want to let you know, there's not a lot of moments you get to do that. Okay, you're not going to be able to sit at like SpaceX's launch on the actual rocket ship with Elon telling you exactly what the fuck is going on. Like, that is not something that's going to happen. Zuckerberg isn't going to have you potentially code Facebook for you. Like, that was something that I was like experiencing, that I was like, this is absurd, right? Like, this is one of the dopest things I've ever been a part of. Now, it wasn't that I did great either. You know, it was just the fact that it was happening. I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. Still got a lot of room to grow, by the way, for the wrestling fans that do watch this. No, I'm going to continue to work. Like, hey, I'm going to continue to get going. I stepped on Cole a couple times, and I can't do that. Got to let him work. But man, I'm starting to really get comfortable with it.
Your second at bat.
Almost got my leg ripped off.
Man, that was wild.
Fucking Otis, dude. Hey,
Big body.
hey, big body.
Coming at you.
I love Otis too, especially this new Alpha Academy. I did not know that I stand up, he hits that table. The chair, because I have stood up already, is already like kind of maybe like lodged into the wall. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Lodged into the word. So I couldn't move back far enough because I stood up.
Yeah.
I think Cole could slide and get out of the way. Since I had already, bang, my leg just absolutely takes it or whatever. I think a less commentator probably gets his leg broken there, but man, and also I used to do those linebacker drills.
That's right.
The cut drills, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it felt like I kind of did that. Boom. Excuse me. Let me get around the block. But I mean, and then Dominic, I think, came flying over, and I thought he was coming back on the thing again. I mean, we're taking a lot of bullets down there.
Yeah.
That's a big body. 334 pounds coming at you.
5'10", 333 pounds, or 5'8", 333 pounds. I forget, they did a Tale of the Tape or whatever with him and Rey Mysterio the week before. And they did not show it to me before we went live on air. And it pops up on the screen. And obviously Rey Mysterio has his, and he's undersized superstar in there. And when I saw Otis's, it was like 5'8", maybe 333 pounds. I was just like, what a human!
This guy's a goddamn wrecking ball.
What a specimen! Rolling ball of butcher knives never been more true. Let's go ahead and get to a break. Can't thank the WWE enough for that opportunity, and the boys for making the Tampa FanDuel Beach House work. I cannot believe that works as well as it does.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
The Zito production down there, uncanny ability to put wires into wires to
on
create
top
a
of
show.
wires.
Somehow. I don't
Just
know.
luck.
I don't know.
Close your eyes and connect them.
Yeah, but you don't close your eyes though. Normally you're up like 27 hours straight doing this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that your brain has the ability to piece it all together. And now I'm learning that you were actually connecting to another place that was connected.
Yeah, right.
To another place that was connected.
Still have no idea how that works.
Well, if you don't,
None of us do.
Nope. No way.
ability to do it, let's just keep it going. We'll be back on the other side with some phone calls. Eric Walden and Triple H join us today.
Okay.
Triple H will join us in the third hour. You know, just hopefully talk about his life, the docs that are going on. The WWE is now making stuff with A&E. They're on Peacock. You got a Fox deal. You're on USA. You're globally traded. What's it like just doing business with everybody? His title is the Executive Vice President of Global Talent Strategy and Development.
Whew. Pretty cool title.
Holds a lot.
We got to add global into our shit.
True.
This is a global show.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Shout out to Estonia. Ott. What up, dude?
Pepe.
What up,
Pepe
Hot?
Diner in Mexico. We got Canadians galore, I'd assume.
People
Yeah,
in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
A Nazi in Britain.
Britain.
That's right.
He did not say a Nazi. He said a
Nazi.
Yeah.
A rapper from England.
A Nansi.
Yes.
Also a spider, I believe.
Yes,
The Nazi is a spider.
that is correct.
A Nazi.
Yeah. See,
Not
now
a-
you
not-
you
okay.
drifted
You said
into-
something.
I'm gonna repronounce that. A non-C.
There we
There
go.
you go.
C,
Okay.
C, by the
C.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, C. All right. We got to get to a break. That song died.
Oh,
Let's wait for it to get back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, WWE, they tell you how the ratings did at all? Or
Ratings went up, I guess.
They did.
Let's go.
Interesting. Come on.
I'm not sure if that's true. I just made that up.
Operate as if.
Hey,
We're just going to act like it went up.
they did. They did.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls. This is the Pat McAfee Show.
Parking lot of Taco Bell, I need a mouse sauce now. You asking a lot of questions, looking like a cop now. Eat your chicken quesadilla.
Today's challenge will be a frozen pizza basketball shooting relay. Zito and I will have to eat half a frozen pizza. Once we finish a half a frozen pizza, our teammate that'll be next, in my case, Nick, will have to make a layup, then a free throw using the same ball. Once he makes those, he will then pass the ball to Foxy, who will have to make an NBA three and then a half-court shot.
Boys, are we ready? Get to our spots.
Zito and I are starting.
Social distance. No, the social.
Cheers, pizza.
Pat is off to an early lead. Pat is dominating Zito. Zito eating much slower. Zito's eating much slower than I thought he would.
I used scissors to cut this son of a bitch in the force.
Pat used scissors to cut the pizza because we do not own utensils in this offense. I mean, this is,
Cramping up.
Zito is cramping up. Nick, go. Free throw now for Nick. Zeke is still finishing his pizza.
Yay!
Foxy, you're off. Foxy from
you
three.
You can rebound for him, Nick. Let's go!
Bailey, go!
Foxy, Big Motor's gonna pick that up. Oh, yes!
Peyton McAfee is off to quite a lead.
Oh, my God! Oh, Nick!
Oh, he's
Take
down.
the lead on the wall, Nick!
Bailey hits the... Foxy's on! Bailey at the free throw line. Is he choosing to granny like he did?
Oh,
Bailey!
it's going
Connor,
in.
go!
That was going in.
Foxy is at the home run. Connor misses. Foxy barely misses. Oh, this is electric. Hey! Pat is now on to the second half of his pizza, and Connor cannot buy a bucket. You hate to see what's happening here.
Stooge.
Oh, an air ball at this point. Has Connor ever shot a basketball before? Connor hits a three. He's now back
go,
to the
Connor.
half-court shot.
Here we go.
People will remember that in this same position, Connor went 0 for 12. 0 for 12 in basketball.
He's stacking Pat. We need you.
Oh, there's a stack guide. That was his original plan. Are you regretting the stack decision? The Joey Chestnut of pizza basketball racing, Pat McAfee, has finished. Nick, layup, go. He's getting psyched out for Billy McConnell. Doesn't care. The free throws. Nick, first free throw up, air ball.
Take your time,
It's not even close. Don't worry, Zeke has like 6 pieces left.
Take your time, Nick. Take your
I mean,
time.
this is the Billy McConnell factor. Foxy
We needed
is
it.
up.
Foxy.
Foxy from 3 and half.
Bingo.
Bang.
Bingo. If he hits
All
in his
Foxy
first
needs
three,
is a half
we'll
court.
give away 5,000.
Oh! 5,000 to the commenters who picked Team Pat.
Suck it, loser. I finished.
Giving the old white guys something to complain about. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Ty?
Got Bush?
Yep.
You definitely do if you haven't tried the best products from our sponsor today, Manscaped. Woo. After using these life-changing products, you're going to want to join a ball sack beauty contest.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm looking out for you too because I also have an exclusive 20% off discount when you go to manscaped.com/Pat. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0 kit. The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. When you trim the hedges, the tree stands taller.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion type thing. Inside the Perfect Package 3.0, you'll also find Manscaped's Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, making sure your balls are smelling majestic before your Tinder date.
Yeah.
People still Tinder?
I think so.
Yeah, Tinder. Absolutely. People do Bumble too.
Really? Still?
Still, yeah, that thing's going.
Hey, before you Bumble or Tinder, make sure your balls are tender with the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver, which is a ball toner, which is a spray-on testy toner that's designed to make your balls also smell irresistible.
Now
Okay.
go.
It's a lot of.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Be sure to add the refined cologne also to your arsenal.
Oh, Galagna.
Yeah. With the Perfect Package or Performance Package purchase, you get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag, which is a $39 value add, and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped Boxers. To get 20% off and free shipping, go to manscaped.com/Pat. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for your bush trimming experience. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/Pat. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/PAT. It's 2021. You still got bush? Change that with Manscaped.
Okay.
It's a long ad.
That is a long one.
So much good stuff.
There's so much good stuff. It's hard to talk about it all, but I think we got it.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got it. Shout out to them, though. They do legitimately.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff is awesome.
I know they sell all that other shit, okay, and it's probably incredible. I would assume it's incredible. The company only has very high standards for the shit they put out.
Right.
But all you need to know about is that Lawnmower 3.0 is undefeated, okay, in the manscaping game. And the Weed Whacker, also unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
They got Hemis inside of them.
They do.
And they have a nick-free technology. It's a proprietary technology where it's very I guess you could somehow, but it's damn near impossible to nick yourself while you're going down there for a man-on mission.
You just go crazy with that thing.
Let's get some phone calls. Let's get to Ott in Estonia.
Here we go.
What's going on, Ott?
Greetings, Pat. Greetings. Nobody gives a fuck about what I do and how I am. The show is about you.
No, that ain't true, Ott. Actually, you're a pretty big part of this whole thing. I actually mentioned you in a meeting that I had. I said, our show, by the way, a lot of people think just sports dudes. They think just dumb Americans. It's no. There's actually dumb people everywhere to listen to our show. We got a guy named Ott in Estonia who listens. So I appreciate you, Ott. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, thank you for that.
No problem. Pleasure, John,
first, I would like to say something about off my chest about the callers. The Stooges who are calling like in the third hour, and they say, "How Pat, how are you?" Yeah, Patty is not too shabby, and AJ says, "I'm good." Don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
it's so hard to listen, like 47 times when you have to say the same thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ott. Ott. Hey, that's not me. That's Ott. But I agree with everything. Message. I'm Pat McAfee, and I approve Ott's message. Thank you, Ott. I appreciate that. Is that all you wanted to say? Okay. Right.
And also about shout-outs. Read the fucking room.
Thank you.
Ott's done with it.
Read the fucking room.
The Ott's in Estonia, and he can't take it anymore.
No, going crazy.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Good. Shout out to you and Connor, and shout out to you too, man. Shout out, man. We appreciate it. Okay, good. Do you want to talk? Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Ott's in Estonia, just fucking. I can't take it.
Yeah,
Punching walls.
How much time do I have to listen to this show? I don't have time for you to do this shit. Shout out to you, Ott. If you want to say hello, we do appreciate that.
Yeah.
How you doing is also very nice. We understand that. But to Ott's point, it's like,
Keep him
Let's
moving.
get to it.
Keep them rolling.
I think we have a new phone number today too.
Yeah, technically.
1-833-4-McAfee.
Ooh, here we go.
So we had to get a phone line in the office for other things we're going to start doing out of this office that isn't just our Sirius show, right? So 1-888-MAD-DOG-6 is the number that Sirius gave us, which we are very, very thankful for. But we also have 1-833-4-McAfee that you can call that I think is going to the same exact place, but doesn't get turned off immediately at the end of this show, right?
Yeah, so we'll keep going. So if you want to call after the show,
there's a good chance we're probably here. Yeah. And if anybody else is live in here, we're in here. If any future events take place and we're in here, you'll be able to call it. It's just, we had to do it. This is us graduating. This is us graduating. But if you would like to call 1-833-4-McAfee, MCAFEE. Or you could also call from noon to 3, 1-888-MAD-DOG-6.
But just don't ask how you're doing over and over again, because Ott will have to buy a new house.
In Estonia.
Yeah.
Because he's actually going to take... probably a stick of dynamite and a lighter and just hold it and say, please fucking God, I can't. He sounded very pumped up about that. I appreciate it. Let's go to Chuck in Chicago. Is this Pagano? What's going on, Coach?
No, this is not Pagano, but close to it, big Chicago Bears fan. But I'm actually not in Chicago right now. I'm in Atlantic City in this bubble.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
What's the bubble for?
Oh, the PFL, the Professional Fighters League. I'm coaching Curtis Melander. He's fighting in the main event against Roy McDonald this Thursday.
Oh, Wiz Khalifa just bought into this, right?
Oh, yeah. Wiz is a big part of it.
How's it? Do you think now is a bad time to have a fight card, especially after what UFC just did on Saturday night?
Nah, this is you saw last week's fights? A bunch of great fights, a bunch of big upsets. I mean, the UFC is the big dog, but there's a lot of great organizations around, and the PFL is one of them.
All right, well, good luck to your fighter, Chuck, out there. I hope the PFL does well. Wiz Khalifa did get involved in there. Remember, because he's been training with Chuck Liddell at Jay Glazer's gym. Mm-hmm. He went from skinny stoner to yoked stoner in like one summer, it felt like, out of nowhere. And then I saw him at a Bellator fight. I think I saw him at a UFC fight. He's getting really into the game. Is Wiz going to fight? He's got some long-ass legs.
He does.
That'd be awesome.
He's yoked, by the way.
I remember you sent that picture. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Nah, that's Wiz Khalifa.
That's Wiz Khalifa now. Yeah.
I know, he weighs 230 pounds now.
Yeah,
He's huge.
He might be high all the time, but he will fuck you up. He used to be just a little skinny guy. I wonder what he got into. Let's go to Joey in the Bronx. What's going on, Joey?
Hey, how you doing? Pat and the boys. Shout out Mad Dog Radio. How you doing?
How you doing?
So I got a couple things. AJ Hawk was my hero. I played backer for a while until I found out he drives with 2 feet. Fucking stooge.
Yeah. Okay. How you doing? It's good.
You know, how you doing? Zito, you need to do better. Office Olympic. I hope you're practicing, eating pizza, whatever. How you doing? And also, I got one last thing about Thursday. I just want to see Mel Kiper make a return. How you doing? Have a good one.
All right. How you doing? Let's go to Carter in Vermont. What's going on, Carter? That was awesome.
Yeah.
So you can ask how you doing,
right?
But it has to be kind of debunked Ott there.
He did.
Good call out of the Bronx.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, so there is a way to go about how you doing.
Now you know.
Carter, what do you want to talk about?
Yo, what's up, guys? I want to talk about the NFL draft, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be the new poster boy for the NFL. I think him and Urban Meyer are going to be the next Belichick and Tom Brady.
How about that out of Vermont, Carter says. Look for Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer. Now, you got to remember, Urban Meyer says that word elite is fucking thrown around too much.
Dead.
Now, the owner of the team that he is coaching is also the owner of a wrestling promotion that has the word elite in it. Oh. So maybe the word elite is tossed around Jacksonville too much, and Urban's like, can we fucking stop ruining the word elite? I'm not going to do it.
We're living on the edge.
Yeah, we're living on the edge.
On the edge.
We're on the edge. Urban Meyer did feel, though, that some things were potentially, everything was being described as elite, is what Urban Meyer, these are his words.
Not yours.
Not mine.
No.
But I'm just saying, he's like, hey, we want to be on the edge. You know what I mean? We want to be right there. You know, because on the edge of regular is irregular.
That's right.
And on the edge of sanity is what? Insanity. Mm-hmm. And on the edge of good is greatness. We want to be on the edge of greatness, but not reckless. Let's go ahead and have a good time out here. We're the Jaguars in Duval County. We got 2 pools in our fucking stadium.
Urban Meyer must hate Flacco for calling himself elite.
Well, he didn't call himself elite.
Yeah.
He was asked, do you think you are elite? What the hell is Joe Flacco supposed to say to that after signing a $100 million deal and already winning the Super Bowl?
Nah, I fleeced him.
No, I'm not on the edge. I'm not elite. I'm probably right there.
Right below it. Middle of the table.
Ravens fans would be like, we just paid this guy?
You kidding me?
And instead, he is the poster boy for saying he's elite.
Yeah.
That's a no-win situation. That's the NFL, though. Congrats, kids. On Thursday night, you're going to get a chance to get that opportunity. We will be back with more on the other side of this break. We have Eric Walden joining us, then AJ Hawk, then Triple H, then your phone calls. Let's have a Monday. We'll see you on the other side. I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, I mean, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings. And for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. So, pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, congratulations. Yeah! Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full off season. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic off season, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was over 17 going into that. And, you know, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking and nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning. A former Celebrity Jeopardy champion, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I've missed you guys.
We've missed you too, man. Where are you? Are you out in the woods somewhere right now? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in a log cabin out here.
Have you been doing this since the end of the season? How did the Jeopardy thing come? How'd you film it? How'd it go? And is that your first time you were kind of back in cell service?
Yeah, pretty much. I did some quarantine during the off season, early parts. The missus was filming up in Montreal, so I was, Quebec has some strict quarantine rules, so I was in quarantine for a few weeks, and then went out to LA and filmed the 2 weeks of Jeopardy, had a blast, and then back for some more quarantine. And now, the off season feels like it's just beginning now.
Okay, good. Well, congratulations on everything happening. Let's talk about the Jeopardy job. Did you watch the other hosts as well, what they were doing potentially that you would want to do differently? How did the whole film study go?
I haven't watched an episode since Alex. Okay. I didn't really want to be influenced at all by the other guest hosts.
Smart.
And how they did things. For me, it was taking a lot of notes and figuring out, exactly what Alex did and wanting to do him justice, his memory justice, by being as prepared as possible when I got on the show.
The hair, though, was there a thought potentially, Jeopardy, for you to cut it? Did anybody say, hey, maybe we cutting the hair? Was that conversation? Because I'll tell you, whenever I was going to have to go to court after the public intoxication, a lot of talk about me potentially cutting hair. Didn't do it. I would assume for you, potential same thing with Jeopardy, being Jeopardy and all that.
I thought about it. I also thought about shaving to a mustache to honor Alex, but my hair wasn't long enough that I couldn't do something with it. I felt like we had a nice little comb over going, and I just decided to go with kind of my usual, a little bit of some stubble going and not the neck beard. Sorry, Andrew Luck, but I decided to kind of clean that up a little bit. But there was conversation. I think there might have been some people that wanted me to shave to the skin. I don't do that a whole lot. If that was a prereq to get the full-time gig, no problem with it at all. No problem at all. And
whoa. Did you just campaign potentially for the full-time gig right there? You loved doing it, didn't you? You enjoyed the hell out of your time doing Jeopardy? Hold on, you lost service in the middle of the woods, wherever the hell you are, whether it's in Canada, here, or in America, on the films. You would love to do Jeopardy more, you say?
I would love to be the host of Jeopardy, yes.
And I hope you get it, dude.
Give it to him.
The guy wants it.
Come
He's
on.
good at everything. He'll shave his face. Come on.
Thanks, buddy. Miss you guys. Love you guys.
Hey, miss you, love you, man. Aaron Rodgers.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. Hour 2 here on this Monday, April 26, 2021. We'll begin immediately following this beat drop from Twine. Shout out to Twine for that. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. The Hammer Don boys have joined us. How's it going, fellas?
Hey, boys.
Seems like you guys are just swimming in riches. You guys have continued to win. Just an onslaught that FanDuel has not been able to stop. How's it going? How you doing?
Absolutely cooking all weekend long, Pat. 9-3 in baseball, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, we're having a time out here.
Hey, by the way, Tatis, or whatever the hell his name is, he is awesome. And there was a super boost on FanDuel, plus 450, I think.
Ridiculous. Free money.
For him to hit a homer, and it wasn't until I think the 8th or maybe the 7th, I forget. But the Dodgers-Padres this weekend, I'm not a baseball fan. Late night game in the East Coast. I turn on. It was electrifying. I mean, it was a good time. And Gumpy, you gave a few bets there for us to make some cash. COVID Cowboy, Tone Diggs. You were hot this weekend as well.
We hit another Super Boost with Bieber and Cole, 20 strikeouts on Saturday. Cupmaker, a friend of the show, gave out a winner for Sunday for golf. Nick, I think, was 4 or 5-0 on Friday night. Mansuri dominated UFC. I was 3-0 yesterday.
Hey,
Mitt was 3-0 in FCS yesterday.
Hey, these fucking dudes are handing out money right now. Hammer Don's live at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at youtube.com/Hammer Don. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, former teammate of mine, a Super Bowl champion, legend of a human. I'm not sure if you have heard of him, you're lucky. If you haven't heard of him, you deserve this human in your life. Electric Factory as a teammate and a human, and I think Dad of the Year since he has retired. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Walden. Yeah! What are you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
Where are you at?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, you're out in the country, huh?
Yeah, man. I ain't somewhere fuck Georgia. You know?
How are you doing? How's retirement? What have you been up to?
Man, you know, just the daily, try to look cardio, you know, a little workout, day-to-day care. Make sure the family good, you know, and pay these bills. They coming every month.
Hey, that's a big deal. Ewald, have you kept up with the NFL at all? Have you followed along since leaving the game? Because I know a lot of people sometimes are a little bit jaded with the game whenever they leave. Have you followed along, and what are your thoughts on the current state of everything?
I have a little bit. You know, it's not the same you know, when you're not playing. But obviously, to you guys and, you know, Sports Center, I keep, you know, up to date with it. But, you know, it's what would I say? It's a finesse league, man. I feel like they took the intimidation factor, that's gone. You feel me? You got all these little bitty receivers running across the middle with, you know, it's just different, bro. I'll say that. It's different. But it's very entertaining. It's definitely, you know, for the sake of the players. I totally understand that. But at the same time, you take a lot of the aggressiveness and physicality out of the game, you don't get the same product. So, but hey, the NFL, it is what it is, you know?
Hey,
That's what you do.
hey, that was changing towards the end of your career, though, right? I mean, you got a chance to kind of experience that entire change. What was the biggest part? Was it the new strike zone? Was it like there was the rules that were prohibiting you can't hit anybody? What was the one thing you think that was most difficult for players to overturn or to change about the way they played? And what was the thing maybe you didn't like the most? Was it the same thing, I assume?
I think, yeah, the strike zone, definitely. And, you know, how you use the crown of your helmet. That's how we was raised to play football. You use your helmet. Obviously, there's repercussions for that. But at the same time, shit, you know what you're signing up for. So, I mean, how can you take the element out of the game? So that was a little bit of a problem for me. But, you know, like I said, for the longevity of the players and the safety risk, I totally understand it, though.
Ewald, you immediately upon arriving in our locker room were a leader. As soon as you got in the locker room, everybody was like, okay, I have no idea who that guy is, but whatever he says, I'm fucking with it. It was really like that. And you're obviously a hilarious human and everything like that. But that locker room camaraderie, I think, is an X factor that doesn't get talked about a lot. And with this COVID protocol thing and the OTAs going virtually, I think one of the major fallouts of this whole thing is the potential like camaraderie of a locker room. Is that something you think that doesn't get talked about enough? And did you know that immediately upon arriving in our building, and I assume everywhere else, that you're going to be a locker room glue guy? Did you know that was one of your responsibilities?
No, you just go in and approach it and be yourself. You know, you want to lead by example, treat everybody the same. I don't care if it's the owner to the janitor. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the same person every day. And then that's what you miss the most, though. I miss my brothers, the locker room. You know, we have a good time. Obviously, we put in a lot of work, spend more time with your brothers than your own family. So it's just that bond and relationships, man, that you'll never forget. And, you know, you're always thankful for it, man. So that's why I cherish those relationships. Anytime they call picking up, man, it's a brotherhood, man. It wasn't nothing that's just temporary because we just worked together. Like, we really put a lot of time, invested a lot of time, hard work, a lot of pain, a lot of stress. But shit, it was all worth it, though. So thankful for the experience.
Well, I was thankful to be in a locker room with you. You were fucking hysterical. Okay, I mean, just as soon as it was a light up. I mean, there was a run there. I think you had maybe the hottest 3-month run I've ever seen a human have, with words coming out of your mouth with instant hilarity following it. I mean, it was every single time I saw you walk into a room, it was a fucking just home run quickly, just quick, either making fun of somebody very quickly. The dice on me obviously was electrifying everywhere. It was just like you were awesome. And now you've been to a lot of different places. You won a Super Bowl, obviously, with Green Bay. You played for us in Indianapolis. I did not know that you played for the Chiefs, the Dolphins, and the Seahawks. I did know that you went to the Titans. Was it similar every locker room you were in? Were you as tight with everybody? And was there some differences in some organizations that was very obvious between, like, you know, this is why some places win and some places don't?
Definitely. Culture. All of them were totally different. I feel like they all added something. But like you said, the cultural difference is really be the shocker from, you know, comparing it to like Green Bay, place like Indy. You know, it's different. I'm just be honest. Kansas City, it's a little, you know, that was a Hearn term, so it was a little from Miami. It was different, but you can see them top franchises that win year in and year out. It's a culture shock, man. And so everybody, you can tell everybody on the same page, everybody all in. You don't have no stragglers, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Got to be all in, man. So I think, you know, them franchises that had that longevity of winning and continue to win year out and year out, they kind of demonstrate how it need to be done. And so you can, get that formula in your building, shit, it give you at least a chance for success. Definitely.
Don't you think, like, for instance, they're talking about people's culture right now, like this team's culture is better than this team's culture. I think that's hard to view from the outside, other than just seeing if they're winning or not. Like, I honestly believe it's hard for me to just hear some shit and be like, okay, that locker room is obviously completely fucked, because I have no idea, because you don't know who's leaking what information. Is it somebody in the locker room, by the way, that isn't a good teammate? Because there are a couple of people that are like that is potentially leaking information. Do you think it's easy to judge whether or not a team's culture is good enough, aside from them winning or losing from outside?
Well, that's like you said, that's kind of tough, man. But I think, like you said, go back and start with the leaders and kind of how, the coaches treat their players. You going to treat me like a grown man, or you want to be on some dictatorship? So it's really how the approach, and how the players kind of view that and receive that. So if you got good vets and kind of control, the stuff the coach shouldn't even be worrying about, and I feel like you're in a good predicament. But if you got a coach that's trying to micromanage everything, then that can lead to disaster. And I done been in some situations like that. You can't even really enjoy yourself until you get around your bros in the locker room. So you don't really want to be in a situation like that. If you're really trying to win and make an impact and set a culture change, then you got to have some solid vets that's dependable, and all the younger players and everybody kind of get along with them. I feel like that's the recipe. I talked about this. We're talking to Eric Walden, by the way, Super Bowl champion with the Packers. Played long time in the NFL linebacker. Old school, hilarious football. Hey, listen, he's maybe going to headbutt a dude. Okay, that's going to happen. All right, that is going to happen. And then, by the way, he might be teammates with that guy just a couple years later. Oh, crazy, huh? Hey, that was awesome. You got to go where the suitors at. Whoever, gonna give you that opportunity. You got to do what you got to do. You got to take care of them babies. You know how it goes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that was definitely, I ain't going to say it was challenging. It was different. I ain't gonna lie, playing for the Colts 4 years, I really didn't see myself going to play for the Titans. Especially a team that didn't come to your pro day now. And they 30 miles from your school. I ain't they behind me now. I put it behind me, but you know what I'm saying? For real. I really didn't see myself going with the Titans because I was the rivalry between the Colts. That's real. And I'm loyal, so. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, kind of responsibility and taking care of the fans. So. Hey, I'm thankful for it all, bro. 30 miles from Middle Tennessee State, huh? Did I see a Tennessee Titans shirt? Whoa. Damn. Yeah. Hey, you got past that. We're past that. But hey, we put that behind us, but I'm just saying. Don't forget nothing, man. Yeah. Are you in Tennessee now? Is that where? Are you from Tennessee? Or are you Georgia? I'm in Georgia. I just went to school in Tennessee. Yeah, I live in Georgia. Mm-hmm. How'd you end up in Middle Tennessee State? Prop 48, baby. No grades, no school. All he want to do is play sports. That was me. I'm playing all the sports. I'm eating lunch. I don't make C's, so I'm eligible for everything. That was my mindset, man. I didn't really envision, going to college and playing football. I wanted to, but I didn't really have that visual. And then as soon as it started to kind of reveal itself, that was kind of the best opportunity. I didn't want to go to JUCO. I didn't want to go to prep school. So, I was just like, man, I'm going to see what this thing got going on in Murfreesboro. And it worked out. And then the Titans couldn't even show up at Pro Day. Son of a bitch. I mean, this guy dedicated his life to football since he was a kid. Yeah. Go we check. We gave him that gas money back. That ain't nothing. We gave that back. We gave him that gas money back just to come check us out. They ain't asking too much now. Come on now. What's the per mile rate? That's that's easy to pay back down there. That's easy. That's about a 30. Oh. Yeah. That's not even a half a tank. 89 or 87. It don't matter. 93. 93. Nah, they get on 93 now. No. That's that jet fuel now. I'm just saying, you broke in college. I don't know about y'all. Oh yeah. Broke as a joke. What are you going to get into? Are you coaching now, or what are you going to get into? Are you going to stick with the game? What do you think? Man, I would, man. My back be hurt, man. I can't stand up 10 minutes, so I'm going out there and demonstrate individual drills. So, obviously, I'm just, investing in my kids, man. if my oldest son play, my baby boy, he gonna play. My daughter running track, so I feel like if I'm a coach, I feel like I want to spend that time with my son. I'm gonna coach him, my sons, and my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Away from the family like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I just be on social media, be silly, pay these bills, a little entrepreneurship, a little invest, man, stay out of the way, take a few trips. Shit. Be safe.
Dude, you should be on social more. You should be on social more. I just think your day-to-day thoughts. Twitter was made for you. Your day-to-day thoughts, just like I think I've told you this on numerous occasions. I believe I've probably told you this. Like, you would absolutely hey, when you're ready, not forcing you. When you're ready.
Put it in consideration. You know, guys, talking highly like yourself, but I enjoy watching you, bro. And obviously, DB, everything, DB. I like keeping up with y'all, bro. Y'all give us some real influential information out here. You just been real, bro. You been down to earth, straight up since day one. I told you when I first met, I was like, boy, you can go anywhere in the world. But them folks gonna laugh at you. They're gonna accept you because that's the kind of personality and the aura you give off, bro. So, it's always much respect and love with you, bro.
Man, Ewald, I appreciate that. Listen, that means a lot coming from you, too, so I appreciate the hell out of that. Ty, there's a guy, Ty Schmidt here, massive fan of yours, one of the owners of the Packers. He spent money on the Packers.
He spent some money.
Yeah, he's buying in there, trying to get more and more. Ewald, Ty, what do you have?
Ewald, you were one of my favorite Packers of all time. It seemed like every game you were either just collecting a couple bodies or making a big play, like a pick or a fumble recovery. Are there any games or moments that stand out from your career? After a while, does it just kind of blend all together?
I appreciate you, Ty. Man, it started to blend together. You remember something. Mostly you remember the plays you didn't make. That's kind of like all the sacks I missed and the opportunities I didn't make. Them are really the ones that stick with me the most, being personal. But Green Bay, hell of a city, hell of an organization, man. I ain't seen a blade of grass in that locker room since I was there. Sure, everything the same way every day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Now that's first class. If you gonna do it, that's the pattern. You will not see a piece of dirt, grass, none of that on the floor, in your locker, none of that daily.
Well, that's because you got to drive.
I ain't never seen those.
That's because you got to drive from the practice field all the way back to it gets lucky in the car.
I don't care. No trash.
No tape. No tape.
Your shorts gonna be where it be. Your shirt hung up. I ain't never seen nothing like that, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No tape. No tape anywhere.
Huh?
No tape anywhere.
Nothing. No tape, bro. No exaggeration. No tape. No dirt. Blade of grass. Candy wrapper, none of that. You walk in, I swear, every day too. Helmet over here, shorts over here, shoulder pad, every day, man. First class.
Hey,
and it was awesome too. Don't get it. All the organizations were awesome, but that's what I noticed about Green. Like, man, top flight.
Hey, what point?
Indy top flight.
Hey, at what point did you at Green Bay? You were like, man, there ain't a fucking. At what point was there? Was it like first week you were there? Was it like 2 weeks? Was it like 3 weeks? You were like, you know what? I haven't seen. At what point did you realize it with Green Bay?
Man, as soon as you get there, they say you got to go to 2 hours to go to Milwaukee to see something. That's great. It's too cold for that. 2 hours and below zero to see something.
Connor, what do you have?
Restaurants, dining. You did have the casino. Was cool, but shit, they gonna smoke you out of that mother. You can't even sit in there. But other than that, man, it was a great town, great people. They treat you like kings, though. It don't matter if you're the first man on the roster or the 53rd. Like, they know your name, where you went to school, your stats. So that really caught my attention, man. It's a different kind of love out there.
That's awesome. Connor, what do you have?
Yeah, Eric, we were talking about the locker room earlier. Was there ever a point where you gave Pat a run for his money in ping pong or cornhole, or was it always just him clean sweep everybody out there?
Soundtime, we had to get Pat on them dice.
Yeah, they did give me a look up.
Man, listen, we had the whole team on the dice. Until his friend kind of broke it up. I don't know what kind of relationship they had. You know what I'm talking about.
Who?
Go down, your buddy. My dog, I don't care what y'all say. Brent's my dog. I know y'all my dog. Shit, he brought me in. I don't care what y'all say. I'm full with yeah, keep it up. I'm full with you too, Pat. I'm full with Grizzly now. See, it's true. He brought me in now.
Hey, you were a great signing, actually.
Yeah, I was, yeah. But yeah, we used to try to get Pat to play dice, though. I ain't messing with that ping phone. I knew he was the truth, so I ain't gonna donate to his foundation.
Hey, the dice games were awesome in there until they got shut down. They were so awesome. I think that's why they got shut down or whatever. But boy, it was some fan. Hey, I'm not gonna say no. Hey, down on the ground, punching the ground every single time he rolled. Incredible football player, led the NFL in tackling there for a little bit. Then obviously when Fofo Bulldog comes in, I mean, it was, hey, those were electrifying moments in our locker room. They really were.
Classic, bro. Yeah. Classic. Like, that's what you miss the most. Like I said, the locker room and being around y'all, man, we just have a good time. It don't matter what you got going on in your personal life. You step in that locker room, man, none of that shit matter. And it was like that for all the other players. Everybody got their own problems. Seemed like it was a place of, you could escape. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm most thankful for. That's what you miss the most.
Hey, I'm lucky you came on this show, man. I think you should do that more often.
Having me, bro.
Oh, we would love. Hey, anytime you want to come on.
Y'all call me anytime, but y'all good. Y'all come to Georgia, I'll pick y'all up from the airport.
Listen, hey, we can't go down there because you got that sorry ass service out there. The thing is froze like 15 times out there.
You right? You right? You're absolutely right, man. But hey, y'all get a chance, man.
It would be
I appreciate y'all having me on, though, definitely, bro.
Hey,
appreciate it.
No problem. It'd be an honor to come down there and hang out, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion Eric Walden.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, see you, dude.
All right.
Amazing.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weapon. He's the perfect Twitter account.
Yeah.
Just the perfect. As soon as something happens, quick, very, very hilarious, and then just we're moving on to the next thing. He is made for Twitter. He was, I would assume, and we're going to talk to AJ here in like 8 minutes. I wanted AJ to join for that. He had something going on or whatever. I'd assume AJ's going to say he was the exact same way in Green Bay, if I had to guess. That Titans-Colts thing, we did used to get after it or whatever. He headbutted Delaney Walker. Oh. So, I mean, like, it wasn't like accidental. It wasn't like I hope I don't get a penalty for this. It was
I'm gonna take 15.
There's going to be a penalty here, and this has to happen. But by the way, everybody in the locker room was like, Hey, for whatever, Ewell felt like he had to do that.
Uh-huh.
Hey, listen, if Ewell wants to do it, fucking all right.
Sounds good.
Hey, let's not make a. Let's not,
not every play.
This is not me talking, by the way. I think this is kind of how everybody viewed it. Was like, I think he got ejected, maybe even from it.
Damn.
It was either that one or something else happened. Maybe he bumped into a ref.
Ooh,
and the ref
can't do that.
Yeah, but it wasn't on purpose. I don't remember. But he classic on your team. Love him.
Yeah.
On the other team, probably hate him or whatever.
Nightmare.
And he was hysterical though, man. Just out there in Georgia, hanging out, having a good time. You enjoyed him on the Packers?
Yeah,
huh?
he was so good. He was, and like he never really got talked about much because AJ was a top 5 pick. Clay Matthews was going crazy at the time, but he was always there, so reliable.
And I think he does next to no media, even when he was in the NFL.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard him in an interview or anything.
But I think that's why nobody really heard of him.
Yeah.
Didn't get the name out.
Yeah, because I play football, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he is so fun. Oh my God. I was recapping and recanting just so many things that I was trying, I don't want to out everybody that's in these dice games, but they were fucking electric. They should have been proud to be in those dice games. I drop in every once in a while when I saw something I like, fading somebody. Mm-hmm. You see somebody that has a Foxy-like run.
Yeah.
You are trying to fade as much as possible, but obviously the roller has to agree. So when you're Foxy, for instance, if this was a Foxy and Foxy's rolling in the same way he's betting now, as soon as he rolls, everybody in the locker room is going to want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Foxy then gets to choose. Has to definitely go with the person behind him, okay, because that's the fader. But then the rest of the crew, the agreement has to come from the roller. So I think there was a couple times where the roller knew that if I was getting involved, there was a reason. Oh, fuck you, Pat. I didn't know. I didn't know if we were all getting involved. It was awesome. It would be like those old movies in stock market when they're all like waving their hands.
Yeah.
It'd be like that when some people would be rolling. It'd be like, hey. It would be, oh man. All right, inside jokes are great for shows. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. 1-833-4-McAfee is the line.
Oh yeah.
Also 1-888-MAD-DOG-6. Hammer Don can take calls today though. Hey! Big things. We got Zeke, Scott, Cassine, Scott, two Scotts.
Scotty.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. Two Scotts. Scott's lawn is at, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah. Sunday's lawn in.
Hell yeah.
Let's get to a break. This is the Pat McAfee Show. We'll talk on some lines with some people. Big shout out to Ewall. Thank you for joining us, man. The world should hear more of you. We'll see you in about 4 minutes here on Sirius XM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Is the MCDC name tag then? Because it's a long time. ACDC. Do you hate it? Do you love it? I feel like we potentially offended you after finding out you're a diehard Metallica guy and we call you MCDC.
No. Listen, I love classic rock as well. I don't strike you as a numbers guy.
Yeah, whenever I heard you, I was just like, you know what? I'm not 100% sure this guy is just going to be listening strictly to the analytics guy. I just kind of a feel I had.
I got through addition and subtraction. Look, the alpha comment was really, I wasn't directing that just at myself. I was saying that's Brad too. Brad's an alpha. That's our coaching staff. I mean, let me say this about our coaching staff. One of the reasons I made the hires that I did with these guys, I know you'll probably end up asking this, was because just coming out of this COVID, I wanted to make sure we had more flexibility with the roster. And if these coaches need to play maybe a couple of games, so, not everybody's thinking that way.
Right, it seems like every 3-4 years the Lions get a new head coach. It seems like the rebuilding process has been happening my entire life. 26 years old and I've never seen a playoff win for the Detroit Lions. So I want to know how you and your coaching staff plans to make this one different.
Yeah, look, first of all, I think I love Foxy, man. I tell you what, I love the optimism that he brings. Look, I would say this, to me, the short answer is Sheila Ford Ham. If you want hope, she's the one who's bringing the hope. Because I had put serious thought into this as I was hiring my staff. I was thinking about hiring you to see if you would like to be, our special teams coach. And then I thought, you know what, I know you doing this radio, it softened you up a little bit. I chose not to. All right, I hate to say that, Pat, but I needed to just let that be known.
Well, I want to let you know, true alphas know when to hang them up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Carroll. Travis called heads. No!
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm sorry that it worked out this way, but I told you.
You're not
I had
sorry.
To trust my instincts. You asked me what I thought. I thought it was going to be heads. I didn't
What about
wanna have to
Travis
pick it. I
Kelce
didn't know
going
you
out
put
there?
30K on it.
Yeah, I mean, was that the cleanest toss of all time?
No, it was terrible.
But that thing took one bang straight in. What a horse shit toss.
They watered the field. Old Notre Dame versus USC. They raised the grass.
You son of a bitch.
We all know that wasn't a fair coin toss.
No, it was
They should
not.
redo it.
It was a lot worse than 50-50 after fucking watching that thing. A lot of people say that's why you don't bet 30,000 on a coin toss. You know?
Seems like a reasonable thing to bet 30K on.
Because you got no control. You got no control, guys. So I guess not even like a thought could go into it.
Well, Christmas is canceled.
Yeah, we're giving away a lot, but nowhere near as much as we once had thought.
No.
Remember that double 70K? Take it back.
Yeah, for sure. FanDuel just made so much money right there. Use.
giving the old white guys something to complain about. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
Welcome back to that show here. Monday, April 26, 2021, years after zero. Just got off the phone with Eric Walden. You can join us on the phone via 1-8334-McAfee. Is it working, Zito?
Yeah, it's working very well.
Yeah, we have voicemail on there, I guess we did not know we had. It was linked to Zito's email.
Yeah, I have 400 emails
So
right now.
Zito has...
Thank you for leaving a voicemail, guys.
We appreciate that. We did mean to turn that off. Yeah. Yikes, dude. Situations are situational. This is one we could have never prepared for. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, how you doing, dude? What's all over your hands? What just happened?
Ew. Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense now.
What?
Nothing for I punched my little vent fan. I like a fan in the ceiling. And I was just punching it because it was making some noise. I'm trying to hit it, and I guess some of the cigar ash that's stuck to it is on my hands. Yeah. Good God. We got it. I figured out what it was.
He was drilling his hand.
You just couldn't take it anymore, huh? That thing was making too much noise up there.
It was like humming on me, like this high pitched hum.
I can't take it with you.
I'm kind of sweaty because I went around front of my monitor. I was punching it right before I picked up to it.
How many months have you been punching around that vent to try to make it quiet, or is this a very new problem that you found?
It's actually very new. This is like the second time.
He's not happy with it.
It's starting to make me go crazy a little bit because it picks up at random times, which really bugs me.
Well, what do you have? You have one of those cigar things.
No, I mean I'm in an attic. It's like a, you know how you have a bathroom fan over your toilet. It's like that, but probably 3 times as strong.
So you have a thing for your cigars.
Yeah.
A cigar thing.
A cigar thing. So
it's nothing special though. And then I have like a.
It has a name though. What is it? Because cigar bars have these things, and when you walk
eater.
What's that?
A smoke eater.
I'm not. Is that what it is? I don't know. You walk into a cigar bar, they want to tell you about how many of these things they have in there, so that you can smoke a cigar and not smell bad. Basically, is what they promote. What's
smoke eater checks out?
Okay, so that you walk in, they go, we got 10 smoke eaters right around here. So you have one of those in your house, a smoke eater?
No, like I said before, I have a bathroom fan that's just more powerful.
What's the difference?
AJ.
A smoke eater takes the air and cleans it. That's what a smoke eater does.
CFO Phil, please send Stooge Hawk a smoke eater system. I don't know how we go about doing this. I've seen. What's that?
It's very nice of you. Thank you, Phil. If you want to do that, I'm here.
Okay, let's do that. That would be how long is that going to take for you to put in? It feels like it's just a pop-in. How much is it?
The very nice one's $2,000.
Okay.
Don't get that one because
Number
AJ
5 overall pick.
I mean, listen,
Number
AJ,
5 overall pick, by the way.
Once again, AJ's being a cheapskate. He smokes 150 cigars up there a week, and he's got a goddamn bathroom fan blowing in there. Get a smoke eater, dude.
Knows that this thing exists, by the way. Knows that this thing exists. Knows how many cigars he blows through every single day, and is like, looks up at the XXX bathroom exhaust fan that's potentially raining down ash on him now that we know that. He goes, nah, not today, not worth it. When is the smoke eater going to be worth it, AJ?
So I guess for the show, I should just play into this and let you guys think that you know anything of what you're talking about. You know what my setup is like, and I could get one of those smoke eaters up here, right?
Yeah, I mean, Axel just walked right up there. What's he, 1 year old? Come on. How difficult could it be to get a smoke eater up there? Just go ahead and maybe get a crane. Drop this son of a bitch down.
All right. Hey, maybe I'll call Tim. Maybe Tim can come install it for me.
Well, it will get in there, but you'll probably lose some other shit.
Maybe Bill.
Billy too. Bill would be able to do this
Yeah.
perfectly, actually. I'm happy we got to this. There's been a lot. Did you hear the conversation with Ewald, by the way? I assume he was electric in the Packers locker room as well?
I did not get a chance to watch it. I'm going to go back and watch it. But yeah, Ewald was the man. Super physical. Talking about Cobra Strike. That's all he wanted to do. He was great.
Well, he actually said that. He said, I was taught to tackle with the crown of my helmet, and never see the entire attack was how the crown helmet tackling people were basically ruining football and ruining careers. That was like the angle. That was the narrative on it. That's why the heads up football came around and all this. And everybody, I mean, Eric Walden said it the loudest on this show today, but there was a lot of people that were like, I was literally taught to put my hairline underneath somebody's chin. I mean, that is just literally how we were taught to tackle. It's like, what do you want me to do now? Just, I'm supposed to go like that. Now I'm supposed to. They changed football rapidly. I mean, very, very rapidly. And now I guess we're reaping the benefits of it with how wide open the game is, and the younger players have been a part of this heads-up football program for longest. But man, there were guys back in the day that just absolute killers out there. And Eric Walden was one of them. And now the game's completely different.
Yeah, it's different, but for him, for Ewald, like the heads-up tackling thing, a lot of his head-to-head contact isn't as much when he's tackling; it's taking on a tackle. Whether the guy's like reaching him, trying to block him for a run play, or if he's setting back in a stance. Like Ewald, he knows how to set the edge, and the only way to set the edge if they're running at you is head and hands, man. And that head is hitting first, right? Hopefully on the chin of the O-lineman.
Cobra strike.
Yeah.
A to the J.
So, it's the only way to. I honestly don't know another way to set the edge.
So right now, if you were to be coaching and these heads-up football programming is going on, you have the outside linebacker, defensive end, and by the way, no edge, no chance is the old, especially now with the RPOs. I mean, that is the old narrative. You being coach, being like, okay, what they want you to do is use your offhand and square. Okay, listen, this is what you got to do, right? You bury the crown of your helmet. There's no other option, you're saying. And by the way, you might be right. There might be a whole different way of setting the edge, and it might be all schematically these days, as opposed to actually one player doing it.
Right. I mean, your scheme can only account for so much, Pat. You know that. Your scheme, at some point, you're going to have to be physical and set the edge. And yes, sometimes you can just use, if you have a great base and you see it coming, yeah, you can set the edge with keeping your head out of it. But hey, sometimes that dude fires out at you. Guess what? Like, pull up some tape of Ewald if you want to see how to set the edge.
He was awesome, dude. The draft is now 3 days away, if my math is accurate. Thursday, April 29th, we'll have our draft spectacular, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Surprise guests in aplenty, by the way. Hey, pretty big name guests. AJ does not know who any of them are. We cannot wait for you to join us. Hopefully, Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern. Just have us on in the background. Will be worth it at least once or twice throughout the evening. We'll go for it. AJ, more rumors, more chatter about the draft. There was a beautiful tweet that kind of exploited the world that we're currently living in, which is smoke and mirrors by everybody who has a source. It comes from Ben Volen. Ben Volen tweeted this morning before noon at 12:08. He actually tweeted this tweet. It was very, very interesting, the tweet that he tweeted out. Ben Volen is the guy's name, and he has been following along the same stuff we've been following along. Good work back there. So far today, Kiper would be very surprised if Patriots didn't move up from 15. By the way, Mel Kiper, draft expert for 50 years at this point. They just showed a highlight of him with 5 coaches ago in Indianapolis, an entirely different world. He's still doing his thing. A lot of connections everywhere. Todd McShay, Pats are more likely to move back than up. Same company as Mel Kiper, obviously very different sources. McShay from that area. Does that change anything? Who knows? Peter King, OG in the game. Football Morning in America author. Garoppolo could be more available than he's been. Whoa. Yeah. Holy shit. Tom Pelissero's reporting. Patriots are trying to trade into top 10. And all of these different insiders, information from their sources, sourcing things. That was all done before noon today. The Thursday, April 29th draft start can't come soon enough. The amount of bullshit that we've had to follow along with has been immense. And here we are sitting, hopefully on the doorstep of finding out what was real and what wasn't real, AJ Hawk.
I know there are people that do this, but somebody like compiles all of this stuff, don't they? And then they compare it after the draft to what really happened, and we try to like fact check on who was the most accurate.
I assume there is at least 4 accounts that are doing that on the internet somewhere. We do not personally do that. No. That doesn't sound like something our company would be good at, but somebody is going to do that.
Mitt could do it.
Mitt's got a lot of jobs. He's executive producer of Daily Show Hammer Down. He picked up a big title there. I don't know. But you're right. Somebody
get the business cards out, Mitt.
Nobody uses those anymore. Okay. Especially Mitt's age. Mitt doesn't even know what a business card is.
No way.
He probably is. It's like a player card, but for a
gift card?
NFT?
Yeah, the NFT is probably real, by the way.
Smoke it?
Hey, Mitch, I was about to say, Mitt's business card would be one that could get rolled to smoke CBDs or vitamins for sure. Not a bad idea. I think that might be the only way business cards last, actually, at this point. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bullshit, I guess. And what if, just like the Tua to Miami shit was getting pushed, hard opposite push the week leading up to the draft. Remember, Tannenbaum got on ESPN last year and said there's no way you can draft Tua within the top 5. And he has a relationship with the Dolphins owner. So that automatically led to everybody thinking, oh, so who does he know? Who's he getting that information from? And maybe he was told that information by somebody, by the way, but the information was coming from somebody that wasn't a decision maker. Tua goes to the Dolphins. Exactly what had been talked about for months that got changed quickly ended up just happening. Is it going to be the same way Thursday night, I wonder, with the whole Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence? I wonder if it's just going to be exactly what we've always thought, or these last-minute changes with Trey Lance coming all the way up to 3 potentially. Is this all going to happen, AJ?
I mean, there's no way it can happen like just how we think it might happen, because everybody has a different opinion on what's going to happen basically starting at 3. Now, if something happened at 2, and it's not Zach Wilson, then what happens?
How
then
awesome. Oh, my God. How awesome would that be if something just came in and just, boom, just blew up everything earlier? It's like, Joe fucking Douglas, dude, out there playing poker with everybody. Now, why would you do that? Nobody knows. Like, what do the Jets get out of that aside from... I guess just glee of just fucking everything up. I don't know what they would get out of it, but there's definitely a lot of strategy by people to, lie about who's potentially what. Like everybody said that, not everybody, I mean, I guess we kind of tried to push it hardest, but somebody else started it. That what if Belichick was spreading all the Justin Fields rumors?
Yes.
Now there's 2 reports coming out. Now, listen, there's 2 reports that counter those reports, but there's 2 reports coming out that the Patriots are potentially interested in moving up and getting Justin Fields, who everybody for 2 years thought was the second best quarterback in this class, and then all of a sudden that changed quickly, and Bill Belichick's just sitting back there, and you hear all these idiots. Yeah, he stinks. He's bad. He's bad. Tell everybody he's bad at football, bad at football, bad at football. They can get up to 7 and get him before the Broncos have a chance to get him, and that would be something that everybody would be like, of course the stroke of genius of Belichick strikes again or whatever, but that could happen right now. That's legitimately could pop off on Thursday night.
Especially with all those mixed reports. It feels like that is Belichick. Just, hey, let's smoke screen City today. People think we're going up. People think we're going back. And then come draft day, hey, we're sitting at 7 and we're getting our guy.
That's like, AJ, I think I saw you do this a lot. Some people say I do this. Walking into a room, just asking one question and then just walking out of it.
See ya.
And then just seeing like kind of the reaction or whatever, like that. It feels like that's potentially what Belichick's doing with the draft. Like, all right, let's go ahead and just throw some boom, 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 pow, poo, pow.
Yeah.
And then just sit back. This is awesome, isn't it,
Got
Kraft?
him again.
Yeah, this is what Tom Brady doesn't get to be a part of anymore. We just shake all this shit up. And by the way, that could be completely true or complete bullshit at this point, AJ.
Yeah, and nobody really knows, though, because there's so few people in these organizations that are going to actually have final say in making the decision. So there's all the people around them, that could say, hey, this is what we've been talking about. The owner, the GM seem high on these people, but they don't truly know who you're going to take until that time comes.
And it's hard not to just speculate for the next 3 days. Yeah. I don't want to do it because that's what everybody's doing, and that kind of sets us up to potentially look like a bunch of stooges.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be so many moments on Friday, and I'd assume Thursday night as the draft spectacular's going on where it's like, fucking knew it, shouldn't have bought into that bullshit. There's going to be a lot of that, I think, because it's tough not to kind of, ride the waves of the information that's being presented to us at different times. And it's at this point, you got 2 insiders from the same fucking place that disagree on what's going to happen. Nobody knows at this point.
How about with the draft? What do you guys think when Colbert, Steelers GM, came out this morning and was like, if a guy played last year and a guy chose to sit out last year, we're definitely going with the guy that played last year. And then also he kind of basically said that there's no way they draft anyone who didn't play last year.
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. We love the thought of there'll be no repercussions.
No consequence.
Love the thought of that. Like, hey, you do what you got to do for your own health. We're in a wild time then where eye contact was potentially going to spread COVID, so don't even look a motherfucker in the eye.
Yeah,
okay?
true.
And guys opted out. Now, an entire season was played. very high levels, a lot of viewers, an entire season happened. And I would assume when the guys opted out at the beginning and they were told, hey, there'll be no repercussions, and they said they're going to do that, it was probably applauded by people around them. And I think, by the way, still to this day, I think it was, if you felt that was best for you in your situation, more power to you, nothing but love. I got respect for it, for sure, that you made that decision. But a lot of people did not make that decision, and the league went off without a hitch. So I would assume that the human aspect, which we talked about from the beginning, how the statement is cool. The execution is going to be impossible, though, because humans are involved. Colbert just came out and solidified that.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. It's a tough game to say no to, he actually said. We believe it's hard to sit this game out. Like, that is something. He's like, oh, so you don't love football, you don't want to play? We knew this was going to happen. Even though everybody said there'll be no repercussions, it's like, well, you don't know football guys then. That is just not how this is going to play out.
Well, we knew this would happen, but did we have any idea that any coach or GM was going to go public? And
I love it.
Yeah, by the way.
I have no idea how it all works. I hope he's not open himself up for a lawsuit down the road or something.
Absolutely, dude. Because that's why they make the statement that there'll be no repercussions to save themselves for no lawsuits later. Now it's like, are they?
It's tough.
Did he set himself up? Is this an accurate report? Ooh. Because why would Colbert say that unless he knew he wasn't going to get in some shit for? But as he was saying, as I was going through us saying it, and then saying now Colbert's actually saying it, I did think to myself, like, well, okay, we were right. Okay, thought we were right, but how many other people feel this way, and why isn't everybody saying it?
I thought I saw multiple people tweet that out, and they did have their first in-person press conference this morning, him and Tomlin, about the draft. So,
yeah, they didn't want to play. We don't want to play either.
No thanks.
Not here. Not here, dude.
I mean, we know Bill feels the same way. He got rid of basically every single person who sat out last year for New England.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, there's a lot of great players that sat out, obviously. So there'll be teams that say, hey, let's go ahead and do this thing. But, man, we knew there was going to be a human fallout of this whole thing. And that's like the human side of things. And it sounds like it is very real.
It is coming.
It is coming. Man, they felt so good about their decisions, too, whenever they, not easy. Maybe I have a newborn, some people did. And I would assume situations are situational. But I bet a lot of teams were like, I would like to hear why they did. And remember, they just came out with a memo that said, unless there's a bona fide religious or medical reason for something, I forget what it was. I wonder if there was a lot of the NFL teams that were like, we would like to hear why you opted out of this entire thing. And I assume there's a lot of legit reasons. And then I assume there are some reasons that make people that make decisions go, I don't want that around here. Not good. Hey, by the way, they said that wouldn't happen. That's just how we all knew the world was going to turn out, though.
Obviously, not every team or GM thinks that way potentially because, you think with a guy like Jamar Chase coming in who did sit out last year, but they talk about how good his tape was with Joe Burrow. That at some point it's just okay, well, this guy's too talented to.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is that fair that if you're good and you sat out, then it's not a big deal, and if you're not as good and you sat out, it will be made a big deal.
Right.
It's not fair. Life's not fair.
That's business, baby.
That's
professional sports. Have fun. That's how it works.
That's how it works. And by the way, one of my favorite pregame speeches I've ever heard is from Bruce Arians. And he said, hey, this motherfucking game is a 5-star game, okay? Our 5-star players have to beat their 5-star players, okay? Everybody else just don't fuck it up. Then he would go to the next week, I forget what it was, and he would say, this is not the 5-star game, okay? We kind of counteract each other. This is everybody else going to have to go win this game. Let's go do it. And I thought to myself, and I was like, hey, fucking right. Yeah, it is. Hey, listen. Hey, Andrew, you got to go get this thing. Andrew, you got to go get this. It was very real, and that's very much how, professional sports are. It's just the fact of the matter. It's a business. It is not high school sports. It is not college sports. It is a business. Cool game. A game we all love is in the middle of it. But, a big thing around it there is just greedy corporate fat cats.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just how the whole thing works. And that's why, 49 million people can watch on a Sunday, though. So it's kind of a win-loss, two sides of a sword. Which one do you want to go with?
And it's like that prospect's mom who was, doing the interviews for him, and the team had to tell her, hey,
lady,
this isn't him picking us. We're picking him now, so
And by the way, we're not drafting you. I mean, maybe. You got any film? Go ahead and send it over. Imagine if the team did that.
Your 40 time?
What'd you get on the bench press?
Oh, and then by the way, you record that and send it out publicly. That's still fucked up that happened. No other team has done it, right?
I don't think so.
And the Cowboys have not done it again since that day?
No, I do not think so.
So I wonder if more people had our opinion on it. Like, did the guys know they were being recorded and going to be potentially exposed here? And if you do that, do you expect everybody to be truthful with you going forward? Probably not, AJ.
No, I would think their agents had to know before, like they had to reach out to the players, their agents, somebody, and tell you, hey, this possibly could be used as a social clip. Some things you say in here.
Yeah, they would have to, right? Maybe.
I mean, I guess maybe not. I don't know. They don't. I don't know if it's probably not a legal thing. Maybe you would think just like, hey, like ethics, morals, you wouldn't want to put it out.
Let's go to Justin in Maine. What's going on, Justin? Business ethics.
Okay.
Hey, so you can drop that.
Justin.
Oh no.
Justin. He's in Maine.
Yeah, Maine's tough.
Way up there.
Give me your lobster money.
It's Canada, right? They do got good lobster up there. Saw it on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Really
Maine
good.
lobsters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they made a deal with Barbara, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're doing really well. They turned it into a food truck business.
Okay.
They brought Maine lobsters worldwide.
That's huge.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money off it. Good for them. Barbara, good investment in that.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't get in the game a lot.
She does not.
She does not. She is a critical thinker on what she goes and what she doesn't. But when she does, success normally follows.
Yeah, that's when you know. Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good product.
She
'cause
created
Barbara's
QVC?
getting it.
Mr. What? No. That's Lori. Lori, yeah. And then Mr. Wonderful.
how you doing?
Oh, Justin.
There he is.
Hey, lobster guy.
How you doing?
How you doing, Justin? Man,
lobster money.
you guys ever talk about
I'm
that?
doing good, man.
Yeah, you ever talk about that Maine lobster company that made it big time there because of Shark Tank? You guys talk about that around the Maine woods or anything?
Oh yeah, we love Maine lobster.
Oh, yeah, of
yeah.
course. Is it wicked good up there, or is that just in Massachusetts?
It's wicked good up here.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
There you go.
Hey, it's like a Canadian Boston, huh?
Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, this guy. Hey, call in anytime you want. When you call in, though, just answer when we say hello. That'd be great for everybody,
That's
Justin.
7 minutes later.
You know?
All right, man. Well, I'm just really looking forward to this draft spectacular, and my favorite part last year was Mel Kiper on the show, and I'm really hoping he can make a comeback this year.
All right, great question, Justin. We appreciate you. Is Mad Mel locked in for Thursday Night Spectacular?
I believe so.
Really?
I believe we do got him. Yep.
Really?
What the hell we got?
I believe there's been a commitment to the gimmick, too, for the last couple of weeks as well, right?
Yeah, weeks, months, you name it.
Yeah.
You name it.
And wait till this. Yeah, Mad Mel's coming on Thursday night. Wait till you see him.
Is there any chance that we're also going to have Jake Glazer pop in here and there?
Oh, it's interesting. We were actually scheduling something there in between breaks. Actually, there just a few seconds ago, we were scheduling some things.
We'll see. He's a busy guy. We'll see.
Yeah, he's got a lot to do.
Hey, wait till you see this. I'm pumped for it now. This is something we don't normally do, AJ. We are thinking ahead right now for problems that could potentially come. This is not our game at all.
No.
Now we're doing it for this draft spectacular because the guests that are coming on are very big.
Yeah,
monumental.
Okay, so let's have a good show. Thinking ahead, we might make it even. It might be a good show.
It could be.
This
is the first time we've ever had any type of pre-production or even hey, gonna need graphics for this thing.
There you go.
We're gonna need a couple.
Hey, Dirty went to work.
Yeah.
Drawn to the game. Mike Dirty went to work. Wait, we got jersey swaps. Put one of those up there, Foxy. We got jerseys on college football players that are Gertie made. Look at this.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
That's sweet.
That's Zach Wilson. Look at him. He's even wearing his little COVID catcher thing around his neck. This is Zach Heller. You see that?
It's incredible. With the visor.
From the future?
Is this a real show? Is this going to happen? Find out Thursday, April 29th. Is this the next view that Jets fans will have for the next 20 years of being a Jets fan? Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly. What else? My. Is Mac Jones going to be a 49er? Is this what Mac Jones's Instagram looks like on Thursday night and going forward? Possibly.
Maybe.
Oh, my God. Kyle Pitts is going to Atlanta? Are you serious? Number 4 overall? Is that because Julio Jones is getting traded out because they need the salary room so they can sign their players because they don't have enough money to pay the draft class that they have to draft that's coming up? Are they moving on from Julio Jones? And is Kyle Pitts going to be the guy in Atlanta at 4? He'll be the first tight end drafted in the top 5 since 1972. All could happen on Thursday night, AJ.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either. Do you have a dress code that you're wearing yet? You know?
I was trying to think of that. I think Tux related.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think Tux related.
Here we go.
For everybody or just you?
What are you talking about?
One team, one dream.
What about the boys? What are all the boys wearing?
One team, one dream.
Tux probably.
Tux related.
Probably Tux related.
Tux related.
Okay.
It's a big night. Dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
Huge.
I'll go to Men's Warehouse and rent one, like a big boxy one I got married.
Oh, nice. Smart.
Amazon makes some things happen, by the way. I was on her last night. I think we can get some Tux-related things quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos wants us to have a good show.
Here we go, Jeff.
Hour 3 starts on the other side. We'll answer more phone calls and cover everything happening in the world today. Patrick Peterson's going to 7. Wow. Knockouts, broken legs, everything in between. This is the Pat McAfee Show.
Lakers, welcome to the Blender, the home of a team and a fan base on a playoff push the likes the world has never seen before. Crescent City, get on your feet for tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Sprite, an incredibly refreshing drink. Starting at forward was the number 2 overall pick in the 2016 NBA draft. Now he's an NBA All-Star, Brandon Ingram. At forward, this man has been dunking on little white kids on the internet for 10 years. The incomparable, unstoppable, 6'6" phenom, Zion Williamson. At center, standing at 8 feet tall, from Georgia Tech, number 22, Derek Favors. This man's family had a reality show in Lithuania. He was born and raised in LA, but he found his J in Vienna. Lonzo Ball. And the OG of the roster. On the court, he's a monster. Braids hanging, shots banging. It's not Drew, it's Drew Holiday. Let's get this done. Thank you very much. Go Pelicans. Tired of me right now. That's how you play basketball. I'm so nervous now.
some players, throw some bowls to Red Panda, fly back to Indianapolis. Success story, Foxy. What a fucking night. Okay. That's his pressure. Okay. Okay. Oh my God! Best sign spinner in the world! At least now he says, that was unbelievable. Bro, thank you for what you just did right there. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike, where are you from?
Right here in Los Angeles.
That was fucking awesome to watch. Good luck out there. They should be paying you more.
Tune in for the World Sign Spinning Championship in Vegas.
There's a World Sign Spinning Championship?
In Vegas.
Are you like a national, are you a champion?
I rank.
You rank? What do you rank?
I got 8th in the 2013, if I'm mistaken.
What do we have to do to get better? How do we get to first place? What's the new move? What's the new move? Maybe light it on fire. Oh! At least now! Oh my God! If I was getting to the end with the kickflip, I don't know how you're 8th in the world. You should be number 1. And if I was leasing a place, I'm fucking coming here. Oh.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jeez. Just had a little,
acid reflux.
The jejunum. Welcome back to the show. What I was saying was it felt like a burp / something was, a hiccup was happening in the back.
Okay.
I am intermittent fasting. Thanks for asking. And this weekend I changed up the intermittent schedule.
Sure.
And I do believe I'm going to pay for that for at least the next 24 hours. But I've been happy with the whole intermittent fasting. I will continue to do that. Sorry for my battles here into a microphone. Hour 3 will begin right now alongside AJ Hawk and the boys. Very interesting little tidbit just came out from Adam Schefter about the 49ers situation. And allegedly, this is as of at My Sports Update, NFL Update. The 49ers moved up to number 3 with the idea that they're comfortable with Bama quarterback Mac Jones, per Adam Schefter. But the last month of evaluating and getting to know the other QBs has made the decision much tougher than expected. As of this morning, they're still going back and forth.
Okay.
So whenever they make the big-time trade to get up to number 3, everybody said you're not trading up to get anybody else other than a quarterback. They must know who they like, and then that's when the Mac Jones Pro Day just so happened to happen the same exact day. And then as the things have continued to roll on here, Justin Fields became a favorite, then Trey Lance got into the conversation. Now Schefter's reporting, and I think he's pretty close with the Niners operation. We're not 100% sure via at My Sports Update. They did want Mac. Then they went on a date with a couple other guys.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, are we 100% sure about this? With Trey Lance, this guy's only played like 4 football games.
Yeah.
Look what he can already do. I assume we can make him an incredible quarterback for 10, 15 years. Mac Jones, hey, great. We were comfortable moving up here. What about Justin Fields? Guy can play football pretty well, too.
Oh.
So that's classic, potentially leaving your for show money, looking for more money, and potentially ending up with no money. Maybe that's how it works out. Or maybe they went up there because of Mac and they ended up hitting a home run because they end up meeting somebody else. Very fascinating. And number 3, AJ, feels like this could go a lot of different ways. They're still going back and forth now.
I mean, yeah, according to these reports, yeah, they're going back and forth. But so let's say this is 100% true. Is this a good problem to have for the Niners? The fact that they could say, we traded up 100%, planning on taking Mac Jones, and now that we realize, hey, there's a couple other guys that we feel are on the same level. Is this a good or bad thing?
I think if they had just all eyes on Mac, if they just had all eyes on Mac, I think they wouldn't worry about potential, we fucked up, potential, we knew that we liked this play. I just think it adds more potential drama to the situation, both now and long term. I would assume they wish they didn't get to know anybody else other than Mac Jones, and we're just like, this is our guy, we're going with him. Don't even want to hear possibility, because when we decided to make a massive trade to come up and get this guy, we had a vision for what our team was going to be with Mac Jones. We felt very good about it. That's why we went up there. And then now we get a chance, we could potentially also. And Kyle Shanahan's like, we could fucking definitely. And Jim Lynch is like, So I don't know. I think I would much rather have no other information. But if you're up there, why not snoop around? Why not figure it out? But it leaves for the potential somebody in the building who liked Trey Lance or Justin Fields about 2 years from now going, you see what fucking Fields is doing. You see, there is a potential that, AJ?
Well, I would like to have, I would like it to be so clear cut that, hey, Mac, at number 3, let's say the first 2 guys are gone, first 2 QBs gone, and Mac is there. We feel like he is far and away the best possible choice for us. You'd rather have that. Then I guess now with these other quarterbacks, you start watching them, you start realizing, hey, this may not be as easy as I thought. But that's the thing, though. Evaluating NFL QBs and trying to predict success in the NFL is almost impossible.
Did you go to fucking North Dakota? No. Me neither. I mean, how could we have known this guy? He only played 4 downs, basically, from Marshall, Minnesota. You ever been to Marshall, Minnesota? No, me neither. Now we're getting to see him, though. We met his parents. They're good people. Equipment managers say he's an incredibly hard worker, good guy. Maybe he's our guy. Mac Jones got the photographic memory. Trey, you can remember things, right? Yeah, let's see. Trey he's got a memory. That becomes, I bet, the conversation that they're having at a very high level. I guess today at 3:30, Lynch and Shanahan will have a press conference. I assume there's a chance we're still going to be live when that happens. So in the after hours there on youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. Who knows if they'll dance around that whole thing or give out any tells. I would assume they've been playing their cards incredibly close to their vest thus far. They're going to continue to do that. But who knows? Maybe we'll get some information out of that.
Well, and that report kind of goes back to the one Shefty had earlier this month about how he'd be shocked if the Niners didn't take Mac Jones. So these second pro days clearly have stirred up some sort of controversy in the 49ers locker room.
Marcus Gilbert has retired. I believe a tackle, I think.
Yep. Longtime Steeler.
And then Arizona Cardinal. I think he's a tackle.
Thank you,
he
Marcus.
retired today. Hell of a career there, Marcus. Good run. Somebody else retired today, too.
Sean Lee.
Sean Lee. Hey, you like Sean Lee as a player?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the guy is an absolute monster. He just had a hard time staying healthy.
Well, the reason why he had a hard time playing healthy is because he flew around. You know what I mean? I think his body was... He played soccer. I played soccer against him as a kid in Pittsburgh. Him and his brother Connor were always that way. They were incredibly cool dudes, incredibly athletic. Sean Lee was so athletic, it was stupid. He was obviously an absolute stud. I'm a big fan of the amount of success he's had down in Dallas. He's a legend around Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've watched him. That makes sense that you grew up playing soccer with him or against him. Haven't you seen him on the field with the balls on the ground? I've seen him do the little soccer trips to pop it up to himself.
He was good, too. It wasn't like he was just playing. He was, good at soccer. And I assume that helped him, actually, with his feet and everything like that. It probably helped out a lot. But he was a good soccer player. Hell of a run for Sean Lee.
Thank you, Sean.
They kept him around even when he was getting hurt. And I think that said a lot about Sean Lee as the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was he down there? He was down there last year, I guess. Was he in the building last year?
A little bit, I believe.
What about those reports about the locker room talking? Sean Lee wasn't letting that shit.
No way.
No.
What is Big Mike going to do down there? Who's going to turn that defense around, AJ? Are you going to go back out and play?
Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn got brought in as the new D coordinator down there. He's hoping to turn it around.
Oh, Dan Quinn.
I forgot about that.
Dan Quinn. He's loved, right? Beloved by his players, I think.
Yeah.
That is his thing. Like, the players love him. Or what.
Sean played 9 games last year.
Good run, Sean Lee.
Hell of a run.
Big news coming out of the video game world. FaZe Clan, okay?
Yeah, of course.
FaZe Clan announced that they drafted to their very hard to get on team.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's not easy.
No.
You don't just like pick up the sticks and just end up on FaZe Clan.
No.
This ain't something that fucking happens, AJ, okay? This is the top 1% of the top 1% of the top 1% on the sticks, pal. FaZe Clan has drafted Kyler Murray. That's right.
Whoa!
Kyler Murray, FaZe up, dude. Now part of FaZe Clan. Congrats to Kyler Murray being a pro in 3 things if you wanted to be. Just at the drop of that. I watched the video. He said he's been playing video games his entire life. He was a top 5 pick in baseball, number 1 pick in football. I'd assume if he's committed his entire life to video games, probably pretty fucking good at video games too. It's not easy. I know it's not easy, but congrats to Kyler. Ain't that right, AJ? Ain't that right? Hey, FaZe Clan got better today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Way
FaZe
better.
up.
FaZe up.
FaZe up.
FaZe up.
FaZe up.
Is this a video you're going to play?
We can't play any of their videos. We do think we'll get a strike from them.
No way.
YouTube.
It's not
So
our.
how many old school football guys and gals have been yelling at him to say you shouldn't be this good at gaming when you're the starting quarterback for an NFL team?
I would assume, you know, if you spend a little bit more time BP, you might end up getting drafted into the MLB. Fucking,
right.
Why don't you pipe down, huh? I'll handle that. I'll handle that. You know, if you didn't play as so much fucking Call of Duty, maybe you'd be a better quarterback. Hey, excuse me. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I'll take care of that. Excuse me. 1 overall, top 5 in the other, and now professional video gamer. Kyler Murray might be the most impressive human walking right now.
Playing way too much of that goddamn Sega. All right, knock it off.
All
Okay.
right, go throw some balls. Go play catch, huh?
Jesus.
Little BP rundown, huh? Maybe play a little
Yeah,
rundown.
little pickle, little pepper.
He does watch game film on a Switch channel every once in a while, though. So he's getting better as a football player.
While
Does he,
also
like,
being
does he
face
talk
up.
you through it?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
That's cool.
I just saw
How do
one
you-
clip right now. He's doing that.
So you did not know that previously. You did not
Shout
know.
out his Twitch page.
Shout out his. You did not know that prior to him joining FaZe Clan, FaZe Up, dude. You
I
know
did
that?
not know that, yeah.
Hey, but you don't.
The clout's real.
Hey, FaZe Clan knows. Hey, FaZe Clan knows.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's a guy. Yeah.
Guy's a guy.
This dude's a dude.
He's a dude.
They don't just take guys number 1 overall.
Not
in
FaZe.
the EH Gaming draft.
Diggs, you've been saying this
Yeah.
the entire time. Diggs, you've been saying this the whole time.
I mean, if
FaZe
FaZe, yeah.
gets involved,
Yeah.
so does this show.
You're a legit prospect. It's a real deal.
Let's get some phone calls. There's a follow-up, actually, to Peter King's report this morning. I believe Schefter had a follow-up to Peter King's report this morning. Did we already talk about that? I seen it on the internet, I believe.
I don't think we've talked about
Schefter followed up, I believe, on the...
It was like 10 minutes
about
ago.
Julio.
Yes. If the Falcons trade him after June 1st, they save $15 million against the cap. If the Falcons trade him before June 1st, it'd be a $23 million cap hit. We already talked about that.
We did, yeah.
Okay, so we're breaking news too.
Knew that before Schefter even talked
yeah,
about
know,
it.
Spotrac, which I believe is sport and contract put into one. SPOTRAC there, where we go to try to find the ins and outs of most contracts, especially in the NFL, because it deals, especially with this last salary cap ridden offseason where people are going to say it was going to be a massacre or whatever. They've reported that 8 or 9 teams right now cannot afford all of their draftees if they were to sign them to their set contracts that have already been predetermined by the NFL and the NFLPA for draft. So there's going to be a lot of movement potentially on draft night is what Spotrac was alluding to, AJ.
They'll have to be, because those teams that know they can't afford their draft class are going to have to figure something out. And if you do draft these players, then after the draft, like, their value isn't really there anymore to trade, so you're going to have to cut people when you want to get under the cap.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious if I was GM there and they're like, we're not going to be able to afford. 8 teams currently can't afford their draft pools. Plenty of work to be done, says Spotrac, who, by the way, we appreciate your work, Spotrac.
Thank you,
Spotrac. I mean, we have gotten conflicting reports from Spotrac and somebody else who like fact checked something that Spotrac did, but I think all in all, Spotrac steps into the batter's box and hits the ball. He might get got maybe because information isn't as always easy to find publicly, but he seems to do a good job. But it would be funny if you're a GM and they're like, well, you can't afford all your draftees this year. You're like, Trade them all then. Fuck it. Trade them all. Don't need them. Love the team. Can't afford them anyways. Get them out. Where are we going? Who cares? Let's sit it out. The entire draft, the entire thing. Let's just sit it out. We can't afford them. Don't fucking need them. Take a hike. See you later.
The Bucks are number 30 on the list as far as cap space is concerned. They already said that their draft picks aren't making the team anyway.
So what if they, by the way, they have no money. They'll be able to figure it out, though, with Mike Greenberg down there, the salary cap guru. What if they somehow put together like 8 first-rounders from the years 2025 to 2033 for Julio? Come on, bring him in. We'll renegotiate Julio. Like, somebody's going to be able to do that with Julio. Somebody, wherever Julio signs, we're going to go, like, how were they able to get Julio? And it's going to be a game changer for everybody. I think he immediately makes a lot of teams better, AJ. Like Super Bowl better, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes them Super Bowl better. It definitely makes their offense a lot scarier. I mean, the dude is such a physical presence, too.
Let's go through it. Green Bay?
Yes.
Super Bowl better.
What a beautiful fit that would be. It's going to be tough to make that happen, but geez, that would be
Indianapolis
scary.
Colts, Super Bowl better.
Yep.
That team immediately becomes Super Bowl better. How about Buffalo?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is like numerous teams that if they could figure now I don't know how any of these teams would be able to figure any of this out. It's going to cost a lot of money or whatever. But he goes to a place, everybody immediately goes like, oh, you could see them potentially catching up to the Chiefs and Bucks, who are loaded with weapons, because Julio basically accounts for 2 of them. Because he can go slot, he can go deep, and I assume you can even throw screens to him out of the backfield if you really want to. He can do a lot of things. So what's up, Diggs?
Vanderfield Yates put out a tweet earlier. The teams will have to pay Julio 15.3, 11.5, and 11.5 in the next 3 years.
Pay him.
Not terrible.
Pay the man.
Chris Ballard, what's going on, dude? What's going on, Chris? Oh, the Patriots. Is that what you're about to say?
Well, of course, the Patriots, but also even like San Fran. Like if San Fran were to get Julio with Kittle,
I'd even throw in the Seahawks.
What about Baltimore?
You want to make it right with Ross? Here's a weapon.
Hey, listen. So whenever we say Super Bowl better, like legit, there's like 8 teams here. Like 8 to 10 teams that we just said there that he goes on the team. You're like, could make a run at this thing, could do it. That's wild to think as a wide receiver too, because Mark Schleyer said no team is ever one wide receiver away from winning a Super Bowl. And it's like, I think with Julio, it's a little bit of a different story though, AJ.
Yeah, you just named like 8 to 10 possible teams that they are one wide receiver away from being Super Bowl contenders, right?
Now, it's kind of rude just to say that Julio Jones is just wide receiver in that particular sense, because we talked about this earlier in the show. It feels like most wide receivers I've heard speak and most corners I've heard speak, whenever you ask them, like, hey, who's the best wide receiver? They go like, Julio Jones is his own. Like, Julio Jones is his own. They always like, it seems like he always gets like, okay, like aside from the 6'7", 4.3 running guy who has incredible hands and dexterity and aside from him, then they have the conversation, and it feels like there's always that thing. Man, he's been out of relevance too down there in Atlanta the last couple of years. The Saints kind of took over down there in the South, and then obviously the Buccaneers came through there. Man, him on a team that him with Aaron would be so much fun. So
it's going to happen. Don't you think it could possibly happen like a draft day, a draft night trade? Because you don't want to give up 9 first-round picks, but you may have to get rid of a player that has a decent cap number at a different position. You throw that in the package to get Julio.
So the issue with that is the pre-June 1, post-June 1 clause. So no draft picks this year can be used in the trading of Julio Jones, because or they could if they designated a pre-June 1 trade, which is the difference of like, I think $16 million or $15 million next year as opposed to 2022, when everybody thinks the salary cap is going to be much higher by then anyway. So the dead cap in Atlanta is almost a guarantee that this will be a post-June 1 trade. So this year's draft pick, since it's not post-June 1, can be used, but next year's can all be used in years going forward, if that makes sense, and other players as well.
Yeah, he can still be traded on draft night, but they can't use the 2021 picks for it.
Right. Yes, bingo. Yes, but the salary cap helps out immensely if they trade him draft night or whenever, basically.
Yeah, like
can't you claim post June 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's $23,250,000 if you do pre 6-1, and then it's still that same amount, but it's split 7.7 this year, 15.5 next year.
So the whole thing of deeming something post June 1 is like, yeah, you can do that, the NFL says, but you can't use pre-June 1 assets for a post-June 1 designation, although you will do it with the current salary cap designation. So it's interesting how you can pick and choose what can be used and what can't be used. But from our understanding, can't use pre-June 1 asset, which would be NFL draft, for post-1 designation, or 6-1 designation. Could be wrong. But boy, we were deep in the weeds of legalities trying to figure this whole thing out.
Do you think because they're in the situation they're in right now where they can't afford anyone, so if they were to hold on to their pick, they're not going to be able to pay him, and because we just kind of have like draft fever, do you think there is a chance that he still gets moved on draft night? Or do you think this is going to be, after the draft down the road a little bit?
If you're a team, you want to see what you get in the draft, right? And then see if Julio Jones, because I assume there's some weapons, like teams that are looking at weapons or need a weapon or hopefully like potentially trying to find one in the draft, and maybe they'll make moves doing it. But I think after the draft is probably when a lot of moves get made. But I could be completely wrong too, because there's reports coming out that draft night could be exciting or something like that.
I mean, don't you think it should be exciting? Are we filling out mock drafts this year?
Yeah, I think we have to. I've already filled mine out, by the way. Have you?
Yeah. Have you really filled yours out?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, AJ, you guys sent it over already for the graphics.
I need to get that done.
Oh,
okay.
AJ.
But
Did
do
you put
even
trades in there?
care?
And
Not even taking it seriously.
Do you even care?
How do you
Well,
sleep
first
at
off,
night?
yeah, obviously I
even
do,
touch
but I don't think you have filled one out. There's no question.
Oh, yeah?
What are you talking about?
Where is it? Show me. Did you fill it out?
Oh, you want me to show you, huh? Oh, you want to copy
Oh,
mine?
AJ.
Oh, way to go, AJ.
See what you
Hey,
have.
excuse me, just like I did at Ohio State. Let me see that.
My fingers are broken.
Oh, yeah,
What do you want, free tattoos too?
Bingo. Hey, give me your test, dude. Give me the
Was it
Scantron,
movie?
nerd. Bro.
Nerd. Yep.
Scram, nerd. Give me your Scantron.
Make like a tree and leave.
Listen, I have filled it out right here, dude. I got it all going down.
Yep.
I just need to spill it onto paper in my notes section, then print it out onto paper.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you had it earlier, down to basically like who you knew was going to go in the first like 21, 22 picks, but you're still,
on the
making
plane,
it.
remember?
Yeah, exactly.
On the plane, I was at, because we didn't have Wi-Fi. Great plane,
Oh, it was
terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Great plane,
Great plane.
terrible Wi-Fi. By the way, I do believe at this stage of my life, give me great plane.
Yeah.
Give me great plane.
Yeah.
Instead of, we flew on like a 757. It felt
Wild.
We have no idea how or why. I think the company we go through for planes might have ran out of the plane that we had booked, so they gave us like a free upgrade or whatever. We flew on a fucking, it was a Falcon something.
Yep.
There was 2 places for beds on this thing. Played cards, sitting down. I could stand up straight up, walk around, dance. Oh, it was
Top shelf
it was
snack
fucking
selection.
beautiful. But anyways, because we didn't have Wi-Fi, the boys are quizzing me. They're like, okay, pick 17. What do you got? And I was like, poof.
Gotcha.
And then I pick 15. Poof.
Yeah.
And then they said, pick 25. I'm like, not there yet. Got to figure out what this 22 pick's going to become, because I think there's potential action happening 22, 23 around there.
Yeah.
If you do recall, that's where Jordan Love made the move last year or something like that. So I'm working, okay? I'm working on some things, but I got it down basically, AJ. You've probably put zero thought into that, and that is a disgrace, AJ Hawk.
I have given it some thought. I didn't know if we were filling them out. I didn't know you were so versed on the draft, too, especially the first 21 picks. You got them locked in. So, okay, pick 19. What is it? You don't tell me the person. What team?
Well, the thing about that is, whenever I talk about that team, you're not accounting for the trades that I have kind of made happen. So what happens at 19, I could tell you, but that also affects what's potentially happening at 11. So it might be something more than 11, which is the Giants. They never move, or do they? Oh, my God.
Wow, man.
Well, see, the mock, you got to see, AJ, I can't give away anything, because then that could potentially hint at some other strategy that I used to put together my mock draft, which is already finished, because I respect our listeners. I respect our viewers. And when the Thursday Night Draft Spectacular comes about, know that I've been taking every moment I have to try to figure out what's going to happen on Thursday night, because that is how intense I am about my vigorous knowledge I have to have about something that's happening live on Thursday night.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
That's how you win sports Emmys,
Take it serious,
AJ.
AJ.
That's how you buy them. That's how you buy sports Emmys.
Yes, by pandering and virtue signaling and lying to all of
can't
you.
shut up, dude. AJ, grow up,
You're
dude.
just like these. You're like people that try to sell me their pyramid scheme products. It happens all the time. There's always, for some reason, they're like attracted to me. And every question I have for them, no matter what the question is, they instantly have an answer, and that's who you are.
There was a pyramid scheme that came into this office to try to get me, and I feel like you and I probably react the same way to those people, and I enjoy that. And that was massively disrespectful what you just said, but not as disrespectful as you are to our viewers for not doing anything about this draft. Okay, AJ, that can't go, understated in this entire situation.
AJ's just pissed. He's got Micah Parsons going to the Giants, and you got the Giants trading their pick.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, Micah Parsons is Big Ten's finest. Let's get to a break. Let's get to a break here.
He's a great athlete. Stud, man.
Oh, back to play football. Can he?
Oh, yeah.
Guy can play football.
They're saying no defensive players in the top 10. Did that change how my draft was going? No, I saw it the same way, actually.
Wow. You already knew.
I already knew.
Did your research.
You know who told me?
Who was that?
Had that 2 weeks ago.
Jay did?
I'll tell you what, though. If you're one of those draft people and you get a lot right, what are you? You got a 330-day.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the fucking man? Who's got the right sources? This fucking guy. And then if you just do bad, you just got to kind of hide for about 8-9 months.
Wait it out.
And then we're back.
Yeah.
Whole new draft class. It's crazy. AJ, I'm expecting yours to be 50% or better. I think you won last year. You beat me pretty handily, actually in our draft point system. And I said not again. But
not this year.
Not this year.
Today.
No way.
I gotta hire some bugle boys to come quiz me so I can really bone up on the draft.
You son of a bitch.
Go punch your bathroom fan, AJ.
Well, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. Take it
All right,
easy.
Gump.
Hey, is it still leaking ash on your head like it's Pompeii over there?
Completely, I fixed the problem. No issues over here anymore, man. We're doing great.
We've heard a whistling in the back.
Yeah.
It's been pretty brutal.
No, you haven't. You absolutely haven't.
There it is right there.
There it is right there,
Just
yeah.
had it.
Oh my God!
It is.
It's louder than we. What is that? Your goddamn bath? That sounds like my bathroom thing. Put a little WD-40 on the blades, pal.
Kidding me?
Go on, get some WD-40 up there. It's getting.
God,
my
AJ.
God!
Fix that.
Why do you hate the listeners? Mute his mic. Mute his mic. Mute his mic. Mute his mic. Golly. We gotta get to a break.
Thank God that's over with. Jeez.
I mean, the guy's a buffoon. The guy's a buffoon.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
You did you mute me for real?
Oh, that thing's so loud.
Get it off. We can't do it.
That whistle's killing me,
That's
man.
not how we're gonna
This
win
thing's
a
gotten much
sports
worse.
Emmy.
Get it off. Get it off.
Thank
We
God.
need an Emmy, pal.
At least the sound's
Easy.
gone.
Phone calls on the other side.
All right.
1-888-MAD-DOG-6 or 1-833-4-McAfee, which is the office line now, which will be open 24/7, and the voicemails will remain open, although that has changed away from Zito's email after the initial 400 voicemail.
We actually crashed it, so I don't think that number's working right now.
Okay, so we got kicked off the free trial. We did get an email telling us that this is not how the free trial works.
Too much volume, bro.
Okay, so it's $44 a month. We're back.
All right. We'll listen to the voicemail.
All right. All right, this is the Pat McAfee Show. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Since 5:30 a.m. right now. Had incredible meetings though with the Memphis coaches and the Navy offensive coordinator. Got to record a podcast too. I mean, we got nothing but time. Nice dinner for Aspect's birthday. This is my fault. I might be sleeping in the truck. It never ends, dude. I honestly don't know how it happens. You have a room?
Yeah, it's a big room.
You have a good room? It's nice. Take care of the boys. You know what I mean? I'll sleep on the street out here. I'll go busking with a guitar like I'm the next fucking Elvis. You know what I mean? I'll earn my way. This does seem to always happen. Are these couches available? Packed on a pillow too. I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna be sleeping on a fucking bench.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and brush my teeth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
No big deal. Just walking the streets of Memphis with my sack here and my pillow. Walking in Memphis with no room to sleep in tonight. Walking in Memphis. Right now I can fall asleep, but I fight. Walking in Memphis. Instagram models posing on stairs. Walking in Memphis. A couple methods right over there. My last hotel didn't have a room for me.
Baby, we have a room for you. Come on.
Hold up.
Do they set up a room for you already? I found you, baby. I got you. I got you. I got you today.
I appreciate that. Once again, it's hour 14.
Y'all take care of Patrick, all right?
Boys, huh? King of the castle. Look, if you're the pool. All right, so now I gotta go to a production dinner and then record a podcast. Let's go ahead and do this. Just going, dude. I mean, honestly, today's tomorrow, tomorrow was yesterday. You know, it just all kind of runs together. It's kind of a long walk. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a palace.
It's got two bathrooms. We're going all night long.
Giving the old white guys something to complain about. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
See, though. I agree. Welcome back to the show. Shout out Marty Vicks there with Manakee.
He's good.
What's he saying? What's he saying?
Z?
You gotta put a little louder here. I'm gonna teach you how to
feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, he did, by the way. Right? Every time it comes on, we all kind of just. Hey, Marty, let us know if you need an English translation.
Yeah.
We'll give it to you.
Or a whistle.
AJ's house is doing that, obviously. Joining us right now is a 14-time world champion, and his current title is Executive Vice President of Global Talent Strategy and Development for the WWE, the founder of NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. H, Triple H.
Yeah!
Hey, man, how you doing?
Can't hear you, Pat.
I can hear you. You sound unbelievable. Can you hear me at all? No.
Can't hear you.
Oh, shit. All right, cut him out there. Let's go ahead and Jay, turn the sound back on over here, please. There we go. Man, it's great coming out of the break.
Yeah.
Here, isn't it? You know, there's nothing. He looked good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He sounded good. He can't hear us. Oh, this is potential.
Shit.
Zito's directing right now. Top left, he says.
Get some more.
The old settings on the top left there, I think.
For us or him?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
I love this.
Figuring it out.
It's our fault.
We'll look behind the scenes.
Dang.
It's never Triple H's fault, by the way.
Never.
It's never Mr. H.
I should have assumed. You know, every once in a while, the tech will kick you right in the gut sack.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was ready to go to. Oh, he couldn't hear the music either. He saw us dancing probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shit.
That makes sense.
He had no idea what he was dropping into there, AJ. We got to figure this out with old Mr. H. AJ, couple players. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a 14-time world champion.
Oh.
His exact title is Executive Vice President of Global Talent Strategy and Development, the founder of NXT, Mr. H, Triple H. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
That's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
The first one was so much better. You missed it, though. There was even a song going and everything, Mr. H.
You seemed very animated when you were doing it. So.
Yeah. It's a shame you missed that first one. The first one was definitely the best one. I don't know how this, it's all right. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're a very busy person right now. NXT has moved to Tuesday nights. How do you feel about it? How has it gone? Obviously, the shows are great. For your life, has that changed anything from Wednesday to Tuesday?
Really, for me, it's the difference between me making Monday nights and staying here Tuesday and Wednesday to now coming in Monday, doing Tuesday, going home, and then coming back on Friday. It's really the only difference.
Nice. Well, I've enjoyed seeing you down there Friday Night SmackDown, and I'll ask the question that everybody is thinking. Haven't been fired yet? Haven't been fired yet, Mr. H. Thoughts? Me potentially having an open microphone on your guys' company?
I was on some of the gambling sites, and I have to admit that I went on the shorter.
Yeah, smart.
But I think you've done a phenomenal job. I enjoy watching you, not only in the shows, but for me on the spy cameras, I enjoy the fact that you can't sit down. You're so into the product that you're up and yelling and just very excited and animated. It's awesome.
I almost got my leg broken by Otis. Sorry. AJ, go ahead.
Mr. H, I want to know how long do normal people that have Pat's job, how long do they normally stay in there? What would you say the average lifespan is?
Oof. Well, Cole's been in there a long time, but he's a rarity. I think a few years at most. It takes a long time for people to get it. But the great thing with Pat is we're not looking for Pat to be the sort of professional version of it. We're looking for Pat to be Pat. Not that that's the unprofessional version, but we're looking for Pat to be Pat.
Well, I think that is something that when I got a chance to work with you, whether it was alongside Cole at the kickoff show or at NXT, and now you being at SmackDown has been very cool, is, you hear horror stories about how you're potentially going to try to change everything I am. Did you just realize early, okay, that guy's too stupid to be anything other than himself? Or is that a narrative that's kind of bullshit out there? Like, hey, we do want people to be themselves, but in a certain way, you think?
I think that there's a lot of times where people come in with a preconceived notion that this is what we want, that they've read it, they've heard people talk about it, they've heard other people come in and, things didn't work out for them, so they said, well, they tried to make me something I wasn't. I don't think that's what we do. We want people to come in and bring their own spin to it. And I think too many times people get caught up in this is what they want. It's not what we want. It's what we're trying to get people to. We're going to give advice and criticism. We're going to give direction, but it's more about just getting people to deliver what they want, still doing the job they need.
Hey, what are some of the mistakes you see maybe young wrestlers that come in, they're trying to break in, or even some commentators? Are there any common mistakes they seem to always make, the ones that don't make it?
A really big common mistake is wearing jorts at WrestleMania.
Those are tuxedo shorts. Okay, tuxedo, please. I got them hemmed.
I think by the time, for a lot of people, what Pat said, they come in thinking this is what they want. This is what WWE is looking for. And they shift everything they do over to some preconceived notion of this is what we are and what we're looking for. And it's not at all. We're looking for you to do you, be you. And sometimes that's the hardest thing you can do. I talk to Talon about it here all the time. Stop trying to think you know what we want and give it to us. Just be you. You were brought here for a reason. And if you can do that, then you'll succeed. And sometimes it takes them a year before they let loose and give us them,
Whenever you're talking about the business of WWE, and obviously I think, are you down in the Performance Center right now? Absolutely.
I am, yeah.
Beautiful place, obviously. It's, you're investing in the future of the product, but a big part of WWE is expanding into all these other worlds. And Nick Khan, new president, came out and said, hey, we want to be like Marvel here. Like we want people to, look at the WWE as like, hey, we're something that can do a little bit of everything. And we have superstars. These out of life personalities, which is what WWE has always been. This A&E relationship you guys have with the Steve Austin and last night the Roddy Piper and then the treasures that you're a part of in this whole thing. This has been a beautiful relationship here early. Are you guys just always trying to, figure out how do we expand our content? How can we make more riveting stuff? How does that all that shit come together behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of all of that. You're trying to constantly grow the brand. There's this unique perspective, especially now in the internet world, where, it used to be just the characters, right? So all you knew was sort of those characters, Macho Man Randy Savage. You knew what you saw on TV. You heard little rumors about other things. Now they know everything. They're just as fascinated with the reality of people's lives as they are with the characters themselves and the storylines. So you can connect to them in so many different ways. A memorabilia show like what we're doing, where we're on a quest to find these objects, can really tell you sort of the real life behind the scenes stories that a lot of times you don't get on all these little things. I learned a ton as we were doing the episodes, even just on the stuff talking with Kane and Taker about his mask. It was crazy. I didn't know any of that stuff.
Do you think that was what would a lot of the old school wrestlers thought of that if they did have to have so much of their personal life out and everyone kind of knew their behind the scenes?
Well, to be honest, back in the day, you had to tone everybody's personal lives down to make it believable. You hear a lot of guys now say, well, that character was just me with the volume turned way up. Like the Iron Sheik was the Iron Sheik. He just had to turn the volume way down in order to put it on television. Because the real Sheik, people would have gone, no way that guy exists. It's not possible.
The thought of Undertaker, whenever he was on our show, he said, can you put the toothpaste back into the bottle? And I think, to be very fair, you guys have been able to continue to grow and evolve no matter what happens. I would assume there was numerous times where everybody thought that this was potentially it for it, and it's only grown tenfold, it feels like. Is there any way you guys could have expected? I assume Vince did, because after everything I've learned is like he's going to succeed. That's just kind of how it goes. And obviously Steph is the same exact way, and you're and Shane and everybody. But could you guys have ever imagined for it to, because then now forever has always been a motto, but could you have ever imagined for it to continue to grow like this?
Nah, it's been really hard to. I think in some manner you think that it will because you enjoy what we do so much, the form of entertainment that we do. I still think when it's done well, it's the greatest form of entertainment in the world. But, there was a moment, like when I first came in here in 95, we used to talk all the time about, how do you imagine if this got as big as it was back in the day with Hogan and all that stuff? Then it flipped. The Attitude Era hit. We all changed it, and all of a sudden it was busier than ever. Everything sold out. Every single place you went, it was a mob scene. It's continued to grow since then. People look at certain aspects of our business now and say, well, ratings are this, or numbers are this, or television is this. But when you really break it down, it's a bigger company than it's ever been. The viewership across the board, you can't just look at your TV and go, that's the only place people watch. It's cell phones, it's computers, it's every form of communication we have out there, and that's where people are following the product. Our engagement has never been higher.
That's incredible. Ty, what do you have?
Mr. H, Pat alluded to it earlier with the A&E documentaries that they're doing right now, but obviously you have a bunch of shit on your plate. It's evident to see how busy you are. The product and your job kind of dictates that you have to live in the now, but how nice has it been going back and kind of just having nostalgia for all the stuff you've done in your career through the process of like the documentaries and everything?
Well, I think that's the coolest thing about our business, because people are, especially with the network now, they're so engaged in the history of our business, those characters, that generation of Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Snuka, Savage, going through all of that, to Bret Hart, to that new generation. And you see it when we do Hall of Fame, people explode for British Bulldog going in there. That history has never been more prominent as to now. We have a warehouse full of stuff. Now we're just trying to figure out, what do we do with all of it? We have hundreds of thousands of hours of video on these people that are larger than life characters that really kind of guided and changed people's lives in some way. They look at them like superhero characters, but they're real life people. You can connect on all of that. So the then, now, forever thing really is this. It's sort of the Marvel universe, but for what we do. And it connects across every character that there's ever been, every match there's ever been, all of it. It's incredible to see. So it's cool, not only to see it for what came before you, but what you were a part of, carry on and being seen so well,
Hey, do you have to feel it whenever, and you can call it, the internet describes it however, but the pop, anytime your music hits, DX hits, NWO just a couple weeks ago for the Hall of Fame, the way it has to feel good to be like, we were a part of an era that will last literally forever. That's not normal in a lot of things, Well,
there's the documentary that they just did on Steve. When that glass break thing, it was a holy shit moment everywhere we were. Every arena we were in, the place would be sold out. That glass would break. People would lose their minds. Whether it was for his match, whether it was for a run-in, it didn't matter. If we went into an arena today and you hit that glass break and that music started, people would lose their minds. It's so cool to be able to see that and the respect that everybody gets. I don't know that there's another sport out there that carries that same level of excitement for its history.
He's a scumbag. You know him pretty well. But when one of the first takeovers I was at that I got a chance to work, it gets real loud when that son of a bitch Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, scumbag.
That scumbag. It gets real loud. I hated every second of it. Could you guys eliminate that? Ban that?
The scumbags or the music?
Well, I mean, either or would help me out in this particular way. Either or would help me out. But there is still some moments like that happen. But the WWE in sports entertainment with the fans, it's just, I can't wait. I assume you feel the same way. WrestleMania in front of 25,000 people or whatever, that had to be a massive breath of fresh air for everybody in the business over there.
Yeah, we did takeovers in the two, that week following. On Wednesday, Thursday, we did NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, and we had a couple hundred fans here, and the talent were losing their minds.
Man.
Like it was so.
Why didn't you let me come say you suck to them? Why you couldn't have just let me come down and just give a one? Hey, you all stink out of it.
The door is open for you anytime you want.
Okay, okay, I like that, Mr. Tuesday night. Huh?
It's a short drive from Tampa. You come right over and do what you want.
You got it.
But going 25,000 fans in that stadium was, God, it's hard to even explain. Standing on that stage while Vince was talking with all our talent and just looking out there and feeling that roar again, and you can feel it. It's not just sound, man. You can feel it inside of you. It's hard to express how much they were missed. They're everything that we do for them. Every reaction, that they give us, every moment. You do everything for them, unlike any other sport. So, to have that back, I can't wait for it to be sold out again everywhere we go. It'll be awesome.
Connor?
Yeah, Trips, this show is trying to bring back...
just real quick. Is it all right if Boston Stooge with a mustache just calls you Trips?
Yeah, I do like the mustache.
Thank you. Trips, back to my question.
Going on, yeah.
We're trying to bring back the coal miners to the forefront of the internet. What makes Michael Cole so damn good at his job?
So, as much as the internet criticizes him, Michael Cole does the best job I've ever seen anybody do from a behind-the-scenes standpoint of the traffic, of controlling people, of getting everything where it needs to go. And he's allowing everybody else around him to shine.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment a few years ago when we went to NXT UK to do a show out of Blackpool, and I asked Michael to come do it, and he just got to come call wrestling. And people lost their mind and were like, oh my God, Michael Cole can actually be a play-by-play guy and do a great job and all that stuff. They loved it. He usually is setting everybody else up to succeed, and he's just kind of the guy that's there calling the action. It's what he's so good at. He's been doing it so long. I feel like sometimes he can do it in his sleep, but yet he's still excited for the product, and that's why I love working with him. He's like a kid when something great's happening, he comes back just buzzing,
Yeah, he has been so nice to me, nice to everybody. He's made me look good. I haven't been fired. Good news. Yeah. Let's get the hell out of here. I know you got a lot going on.
That's got to be attributed somehow to Michael Cole, because I don't know how you would have pulled it off.
Shut up. It's not easy to be the play-by-play in wrestling. I think people forget about that. Michael Cole has done an incredible job. I'm very lucky to work alongside of him.
Amazing.
And Mr. H, thank you for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, 14-time world champion, founder of NXT, which is on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on USA Network, Triple H. Yeah! Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. AJ, I thought you were going to ask him about whenever I was a young drunk, I looked a lot like him. You know what I mean? I thought you were going to actually ask about. They used to call me Punter Hurst Helmsley, but maybe next time we'll do that, AJ.
Have you ever told him that to his face?
I assume some point I did. Hey, they used to call me. All right, get the fuck out. He is.
Yeah.
Yo. Shredded. I hadn't been down to NXT for like maybe a few months or something. I go back and he had like this V-neck shirt on that was pretty cool, and it was like kind of like very soft material, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he like walked in, to say hello. I walked in to say hello to him, and I saw him. I was like, Jesus Christ. Are you getting back in the ring? You look like you're getting back in the ring. You're getting back in the ring. Can I say that on my show? You're getting back in the ring. He's like, stop. Get the hell out of here. But he is yoked. He is an absolute specimen. I think, how was he, 50?
52, I think.
52 years old.
Kidding me?
What a legend, dude. What an absolute legend. Let's get some phone calls, shall we, AJ?
Let's do it. Hey, but first, how did you know he had a super soft shirt on? Did you rub it and tell him, like, oh, this is a great shirt?
No, you kind of say it was like kind of see-through almost.
Yeah.
Like,
you knew.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? Like one of those, like you know what I mean?
Like a Lululemon one?
No, I don't know. I don't know, actually. It used to be like an old school Target shirt that was like kind of like gray, but it was you could
tri-blend.
Yeah,
like the new tri-blend soft shirts.
But like a super soft one. Like this is a tri-blend, but like a like almost you could see a little bit through a little bit everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It was very soft, and he just looked like. I was like, holy fuck! Time to play the game. Pedigree. Let's go to Eddie in Arizona. Pedigree. What if he just walked around? Hey, how you doing? That'd be awesome. I'd be like, Foxy, you got that? Yeah, got it. Let's go to Eddie in Arizona. What's going on, Eddie?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, not too shabby. What do you want to talk about?
What are your thoughts on the Derby this Saturday? Any picks?
AJ, you got any locks out there for the ponies?
Nope. I have no clue how any of it works.
You've been going 25 years straight.
What are you, a moron?
Kidding me?
Yeah, I am a moron when it comes to betting on horses. Absolutely.
What do you do? Just chew those cigars for 8 hours a day? Don't they race every single day? I assume you watch a lot of horse racing. You have no idea, huh?
There's like probably, I don't know, 11, 12 races on Friday, same on Saturday. I just go to the little betting machine. Either I follow a rich person in front of me, and okay, I'm going to do that bet, much less money. Or I just pick a long shot. Oh, who's 18-1? Let's throw in a little money on him.
Smart.
AJ's blacked out on Miller Lights.
Yeah, he's chugging Miller Lights.
This year I am. Yeah.
He's got bet on
Are you going to be
Secretariat.
shotgunning? Are you going to be shotgunning Miller Lights with those fingers? Just put your pinky in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I can't promote anything irresponsible. I got to talk to corporate for that.
You drive with 2 feet, dude.
That's irresponsible, but it does not involve Miller Lite or corporate, I don't think. I was going to answer a call here, but we have to get the hell out of here. AJ, tomorrow is a big show here on Sirius XM. Anything to say to the Sirius listeners before Chris Mad Dog gets with Mad Dog Unleashed?
I think I'm just excited for Tuesday's big show, and I'm excited to be. I guess I'm not going to find out who the guests are for Thursday night either on the draft spectacular. I'll let it be a surprise to me.
Why don't you put your mock draft in?
Yeah.
Now, he told me via text he's got 4 mock drafts. He's trying to figure out which one he wants to go with.
He has no clue. Too many.
Yep.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. You got 4 mock drafts, you got no mock drafts, pal. Figure it out.
I am. I'm going to send it to Zeke. Don't worry. I got to figure out which one I want.
What are we doing? We're doing a scoring thing, $10,000 to charity to the winner's charity from the loser?
Well, then, so I'm already 10,000 up from winning last year. Then.
No.
This is a new deal.
Just now. This is a post-last draft thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
You feel
Last year was
confident?
just a celebration.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know you like to pressure me and try to agree to things on the air, but I'll
for
do whatever
charity.
you want.
It's
Yeah, do it.
$10,000
Whatever.
to charity.
It's for the kids.
AJ hates kids.
You didn't make it clear that so the winner gets 10,000.
Show's ended. Chris Mad Dog Mad Dog is next. This has been the Pat McAfee Show. I mean, unbelievable there. Come on. What could you have fought against there for $10,000 there? What could you have fought against?
You didn't make it that clear about, and I wanted to talk through the break on you and make you upset, but I was trying to know exactly what you meant by that. So the loser donates $10,000 to a charity of somebody's choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you want to give it to the people watching, the commenters?
I mean, you want to pander or not?
Well, technically, both would be pandering.
But the people watching would say, absolutely, give it to the people watching. The people that
No, not our listeners. Our viewers like, give it to charity.
Give it back. Give it back to the community.
They win
they'll
the
give it to
50-50. They donate it all.
Yeah,
They
that's right.
I love whenever people get bullied into that. I love it.
always happens a lot.
Oh, I just won. Did you? Or you want to give back so we can maybe afford a new gym next year?
Up to you.
You want to pay your bills or you want to fucking look like a hero right now in front of all these people? That's what we thought. Give it back.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Congratulations.
donation.
This was actually just $10.90. You can keep 10%, we'll keep 90 as opposed to the 50-50 split, but you're a hero. Let's get a standing ovation. Donating back all the winnings. Congratulations.
Wow. Look at this guy.
This guy's the best. What a hero. And then they walk off. They just got robbed, basically.
Go right to the bar and down a cocktail real quick.
Tell their family I had this month and next month's winnings rent ready, but I just bought another big screen TV for the fucking school that we go to.
Got you a cheeseburger, too.
God damn it. Anyways, you want to give it to commenters or charity?
I don't care. You tell me. What about 5 to each?
Oh, so be right down the middle. Smart.
50-50.
See, I see what you did. How about 10 to each?
Okay. How about $1 million to each?
Whoa! I can't afford that.
Yeah.
I can't afford that. I can't afford that right now. I can't afford that right now.
I mean, if it was up to AJ, we'd be handing out Bennigan's coupons to both. So, I mean, I don't know if this cheapskate's the one to,
Yeah, but he is a part of it, though. So it is.
True.
We have to get him to agree somehow. We got to paint the picture so he says yes, but we would like it to be at least something epic, wouldn't we? I mean, it's a draft spectacular, AJ.
I said yes, and I'm very confident that my mock draft will win. So
10,
I told you, I'm
10
in
to
whatever you
both,
want to do.
10 to the commenters, and 10 to a charity of choice?
Yeah, good. That's a good idea.
There we go.
Here we go.
Lock it in.
You're in deep shit, pal. You're in deep shit. I got sources. Okay, I'm texting. I'm calling. I'm buzzing. All right, the boys are buzzing. We're ready for Thursday night, pal.
Locked in.
And I know you're getting into a weekend of gambling. You're starting the night off with an L on Thursday, bub.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hope to get that back down to Derby, aren't you? Because draft night's spectacular. Thursday night, you're losing 20 quick grand. You sources I have, AJ, I know what they're all doing out there.
Well, I think the winner is going to be whoever is closest with Jay Glazer because that person will get all the answers.
Well, I would like to say geographically and I believe potential conversationally on a day-to-day basis, the answer would be me, so you're fucked. Ain't that right, Jay?
That's exactly right, AJ. You're fucked, and I don't really like you, pal. So what makes you think I'm going to help you out?
Two-footed driving stooge. He says, I'm not giving you any information, but the draft spectacular will be big. There are some big guests.
Yeah.
Huge.
Massive.
Legit.
All show, right? So they're coming on like staggered throughout?
Yeah, right now is the time trying to figure out when, who, how. I remember Chris Ballard was pre-draft, started last year because they had traded out to get DeForest Buckner or whatever, which, by the way, Chris Ballard active. You know what I mean? Giving up a one, getting DeForest Buckner. He said a guaranteed all-pro, basically, we got. There's a couple other guaranteed all-pros that are out there, namely one that catches balls in Atlanta. Maybe Chris does that same type of move, maybe. But, yeah, I think we have to have a guest before the draft starts. And then I think what we learned from last year is we got to have guests for when it gets incredibly fucking boring.
Yeah.
Which is about picks. In this particular draft, I'd assume 9 to about 20-some.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's a long time. And I think that's when we'll really, have some cool conversations, interactions, and such.
How many guests do you think we're going to have?
I'm not sure. I want to lock it in. You playing a Guess Who game? None of
I
them.
just want to know, like, is
none of
it
them have glasses.
anywhere from 3 to 8? Are we going to have them all night? Like, how's it going to go?
That's a good range right there. 3 to 8.
Okay, sounds about right.
You can even drop that down 3 to 7 if you want.
Ooh. Yeah. You never do know, though, Pat, in this draft of the first round, like, you can't look at one section and say this is going to be a boring time. Like, that 9 to 20, what if there could be a lot happen right there with teams coming up? I
guess it's veteran players are traded, but we don't know who any of the motherfuckers are.
Nope.
That's kind of I guess the teams could make plays for us. That would be big, but these guys are going to be good players.
They are.
Great football
These guys are going to be good football players, but I know little to nothing about a lot of this draft class. So I think that is what we learned last year. We could only make up bullshit lies about the school that we just learned they came from for so long to really cover that 5-hour draft spectacular that is the first round.
I mean, we'll see. We might have fireworks. We might not, but you know what? We're going to have a good time regardless.
And we do have Mad Mel.
That's right.
Mad Mel will be there.
That's a big deal.
And we're helping the kids.
And we're helping the kids.
Yeah. Maybe, depending upon what charity.
And the commenters.
Oh, true.
Commenters.
Commenters are making 10 grand.
Well, somebody's kids.
The real winners. The commenters making 10 grand out of this.
Truly.
Well, it'll be my money or number 5 overall picks money. I think we all know who we hope.
Yeah.
Bobby, that
money's
Definitely the stooge.
Whoa.
That was a little rude.
Come on.
This guy's got a vent that's been buzzing all day. It sucks.
That has been tough. Remember we had to mute you there.
Yeah.
That was a funny moment. I felt real good about us doing that. That was a cool thing. That's why we don't win Emmys.
It's okay. Now, well, I don't know if you can this show technically win a sports Emmy? Like, it doesn't qualify? Whatever.
Yeah, dude. What are we talking about?
You clown.
Million views a day.
Clown.
200,000 live playbacks. I mean, let's go.
No, I know it's way bigger than all of their shows.
Whoa.
You didn't say that.
E-Wall's
How would
favorite
you
show.
carry it? Allegedly, it gets a lot more views and listens than a lot of other shows. But
a lot of them, yeah.
What do you have to do to qualify to be in consideration?
The data and analytics do back up what you just said, but we don't know what everybody else is getting either.
No.
We think we just might have missed the window of when we had to send something to the Emmy people.
By the way, if you have to offer yourself up for an award, is it really an award? Because awards are supposed to be recognition from somebody else. And they're all bullshit, but if they're going to have them, we'd like to win them.
I agree with you on that, though. You shouldn't have to enter yourself in, but when it comes to stuff like this, I guess this is kind of how it works because whoever's voting can't go listen and watch every single show every day.
Speaking of awards, the Oscars stunk last night. Now, listen, not the Oscars' fault. There was no movies. There was no movies this year. It was a tough year to be Oscar. Okay.
Yeah.
Oscar it had a tough year. There was no movies out there, but there's a couple good speeches there early. Old buddy who thanked his parents for fornicating was awesome. That was a highlight moment. I did get distracted by the Roddy Piper documentary that was on A&E, and I found myself, recording the Roddy Piper doc, bouncing over to it during the commercial breaks of the Oscars early, going to watch both there, and then I just stopped going back.
Yeah,
and I think that potentially happened for a lot of people, but Oscars didn't really have a chance this year. There's no goddamn movies.
Yeah, I didn't really see any of it. I saw a little bit of things on Twitter about it, but I mean, it's always a terrible show. This year was just more terrible than normal.
Good God. Kind of true.
Yeah, I mean, valid, dude. My wife loves
Was Ricky Gervais hosting? If
Exactly.
Ricky Gervais hosts, I'll watch.
So that's the Golden Globes. He actually posted his entire monologue yesterday and said Grammys ? Or something. Who cares? Or I won't be there or something. And he, by the way, his roast at the Golden Globes still plays.
Oh yeah,
still plays. That son of a bitch still plays
big time.
Oh my God.
That's how you solve it, though. Like, get that guy on the stage. Get him hosting the Oscars.
I don't want that guy on the stage.
He has to walk into a room knowing that everybody in there, hell of a flame there by the U, knowing that he's about to throw that at every human in the building. Ricky Gervais, I don't care. He said that during his speech. I don't care last time. And it just continued to go. You have to have zero cares at all. He's unbelievable. I don't know how he does it.
Hey, I saw in that clip when he starts talking to the table of like De Niro, Pacino, Martin Scorsese. I'm like, geez, that's a tough target to go at because first off, they're probably not going to laugh at whatever you say.
Hey, those award shows are. Were they ever really good? Like, because my wife loves them. I'll watch them because it feels like the world's watching them. And there's some moments, I guess, that we all remember. But were they ever like awesome, like way back in the day? Was that like appointment television? Is that why it's gotten so big and prestigious?
I think it was more so just people saw the movies, so they wanted to, like if you saw every movie that came out in a year, you'd have some stake in like what won Best Picture, and then
for instance, Mortal Kombat that wins probably last night if it had been released earlier.
Yeah,
in your guys' eyes.
Best easily, landslide.
Did you watch that last night or this weekend, AJ?
No, I saw everybody talking about it. I didn't know it was out. I had zero desire, I think, to watch that one.
Yeah, it's probably. I would not recommend.
No.
What do you anybody spending any time watching?
No, you don't mean that.
No, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of things to watch.
Yeah,
we got a lot of great stuff out there now, more than we've ever had in our entire existence.
Of course,
and I'm not saying this show is one of those things or anything else. Like, I'm just saying there's a lot of things. I don't know if Mortal Kombat is one you should spend your time on.
Oh, man. It's top of the list.
I watched it twice this weekend.
Listen, I watched first 15, 20. I get it.
Great
Okay.
scene.
It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Amazing. I don't think you have to watch the entire thing. AJ, you and I assume very similar here. I never played the game Mortal Kombat. I do know they Hadouken, right?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same idea, different game.
Similar.
You're thinking Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. The flippity doo-dahs, though.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. And
Right.
I never played the game, but I think you have to know a lot of inside stories there because I thought the first guy that came back to life with the blue eyes was the dad that got killed by old buddy there. I thought that was the same person reincarnation. So maybe I'm not the right judge of this thing. I didn't know what was going on. Good movie. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, man, you're off here, Pat. That movie was unbelievable. It will be on the Oscars next year.
So what all?
So what happened? That kid died early by the icicles.
That kid passed away, but he did. The other bloodline did continue it later in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the main character was a guy who has never been in the games or anything and kind of stunk, and no one really cared about his story. I mean, it was entertaining. I don't know what these guys
That's what I'm talking
about.
about.
It's the best movie of all time
Movie
because
stinks.
it's not.
Movie stinks. Even the people that know the movie said it stinks.
Well, you're going
He's
based on
wrong.
his opinion?
Ty went to school to judge movies.
Yeah, which makes it fucking not mean anything.
That's why it's so shocking that he is this far off on judging Mortal Kombat.
Or maybe, just maybe, yins are off.
No.
Just maybe.
He comes in here on his high movie.
Yins are off. This guy was a Big Ten angler while being a film study, okay? If somebody's going to critique something, I'm going to listen to the guy who has a fucking degree. Not you pandering stooges to.
Now you're in on college?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's tough. That kind of backfired. There.
Plus, Ty was more focused on angling than he was judging movies. That's why he is a mile away from being right about Mortal Kombat.
Hell yeah.
I think
I don't know.
I think the movie stunk.
Yeah. No.
There was a 0% chance that movie was going to be good.
Oh, there goes.
Exactly.
0.
Foxy doesn't know.
Fade Fox. Fade
No
Fox.
goddamn
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, that's not helping your case.
I think Nick might have said, it seems like Connor wrote this movie, so it would make sense that he loved it.
I wish I had that skill. Way above my intellectual capabilities.
So is there a connection or no connection?
Oh yeah, everything ties in at the end.
Yeah, everything.
You kidding me?
Okay.
Did they leave it open for a sequel?
There's gonna be 15 Mortal Kombat.
Is this becoming Avengers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like WWE?
It'd be like a
Miz.
better Fast and Furious.
Is this?
No! You already dumped on Fast and Furious like that? I've yet to even watch it.
Shit.
Whoa.
So you're saying I should get in on Mortal
No.
Kombat?
Cena's in the
no,
next
no.
Mortal Kombat.
Well,
so.
if that's true, I am back.
Hold on. So I should invest the time now. So 10 years from now, I'm not doing the whole Fast 45 thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll watch the
It's
rest
only
of the movie.
90
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah.
The end of it, you're gonna be like, okay, worth it. This movie's unbelievable.
Is there going to be a guy that goes this and it all just fucking ends and say, everything you just watched doesn't matter?
No, it's not that Mickey Mouse. I mean, this thing is much more. Hey, we're battling.
Yeah, blood
we're not just snapping fingers and ending wars.
Hey, they put a sword through a motherfucker's skull in like one of the first scenes, though. I mean, like,
Hey, I doubt I'll see it, but is this like a Sharknado situation where everyone?
No, come on.
No.
What the fuck?
Sharknado, dude. This is Mortal frickin' Kombat, AJ.
And so the vibes I'm getting are that people are gonna love it for being terrible, and it's gonna be like, oh, we have to watch this. It's so weird and awful.
No, you're wrong.
is that you?
What's that? That I love it for being terrible?
Yeah, just because it feels
No.
like everybody else is potentially.
No. I mean, I grew up on Mortal Kombat, and it fucking delivered.
So, Mortal
What do you mean the
Kombat's-
game? I played the game a little bit when I was a kid.
Did
like,
you?
There's no
There you
books
go.
about it. Is there? Like,
you
there's
throw
no
the hat?
other storylines.
Is that a.
Yeah, one of
that's
the guys
in there.
does throw the hat.
That's in.
You just fight, though.
It delivers.
He had the best kill.
Jay, did you ever play
did.
this game, Jay?
He did.
Nah, it's too button mashy for me.
Well,
Button man. Damn.
So I don't
king
know
of the
game.
button masher.
I don't know the game then, by the way. He is a
Ain't no
button,
button masher.
You better watch your tone, my friend.
Jay just told you to fucking stand down, pal, is what he just said. That's why I've never seen it, because he never played it.
Yeah. So, I mean, give it a chance. Hey, look, the ending, it ties it all together, and you will see where this franchise is going.
I get it. The movie's good. Yeah, I watched like 15, 20 minutes. I get it. It's good.
Usually, good movies, I tend to watch all of them.
Yeah, but I think everybody understands how I do movies.
Well, you pretty much got what you needed in the first 20 minutes because they were cool. And then I tell you what, they just kind of.
Okay, quick, no spoilers. The thing that gets the thing.
You can spoil it. It's fine.
No, it just came out. I'd be a fucking asshole if I
Yeah.
did that. I mean, I spoiled Avengers months before it came out for people, which really caused a little bit of an uproar. People thought I was friends with the writers of Avengers. And
Russo
that's-
bros.
The Russos.
Yeah, they thought I knew. I knew the writers. It was easy to predict, and then snap fingers, it's all over anyways. Who cares? And then all of a sudden, I think Samuel L. Jackson showed up, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Anyways, that whole movie.
There's snakes on the plane.
You're saying that the thing that appeared to be gone, that is a good movie. I've never seen that either, but I think it's good. I think it's a good movie. It feels like people talk about that movie being good. The thing that got the thing early, at the end, running shit, thought so. That's what I thought.
Well, basically, you know,
no,
all your
actually.
promotional material and whatnot is centered around this one guy. You use him in the first 12 minutes, and then boom, he doesn't show up until fucking an hour and 40 in, and then he's in the last scene as well. It's like, okay, thanks for dangling the fucking carrot the whole time. This is the best fucking character. Use the guy.
Who is that? Is that a famous character? Famous person?
It is.
This is just like in the Trolls movie where they were so adamant about having Justin Timberlake just speak the entire fucking time, and everybody else around him is singing. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, probably a cool story, but you got one of the greatest fucking singers of all time, and he's the only one in this movie not fucking singing. What are we doing here? You're saying that's the type of thing?
Yeah, I wanted to see a lot more of that guy, and I got a lot less of that guy.
Okay, so I seen it.
Yeah, but that's why the second movie's going to be so good.
Yeah.
What Ty just said right there. You want to see more of this guy, and that's all you're getting going
so,
forward.
So maybe I'll wait until I can get both of them.
Yeah, you
That
can
might be
stack
smart.
them.
I'll stack them.
And then the
Who is
Miz
the
might
actor?
be in the next movie. No big deal.
Yeah, the
Become
Miz
Johnny
is-
Cage.
Zito does this. It works. Remind me when the next Mortal Kombat thing comes out that is the time to watch both Mortal Kombat things.
Updating list.
Perfect.
Thank
That's
you.
pretty quick. It's fast.
What if it does, by the way? I'm on like a whole new phone at that point. The next Mortal Kombat comes out, it replays that message to me.
Reminder from April 26th, watch Mortal Kombat.
That'd be wild. That Trolls movie, dude, with fucking Timberlake just talking and everybody who shouldn't be singing around him was so upset. They were good singers too. Let's not get crazy, but just sing, JT. Just fucking sing.
Maybe
Use the
Trolls
bone.
couldn't afford his singing.
Different price.
I think they all pay a lot.
It's like Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah, he does have a
stipulation for
tier
DJing
system.
and
tier
then, yeah.
system. DJing, no speaking at all. This. DJing some songs. This. performance.
Yeah.
And DJ, this, and it goes.
Yeah.
Snoop Splash, this.
Oh
man,
what if DJ Snoop Lion?
No.
What if DJ Snoop Lion ends his sets with him standing on top of it and fucking Snoop Splash?
Oh man,
let's go get him in every club possible. Responsibly, obviously.
Responsibly.
Bro, I walked into a goddamn. I went to a brunch yesterday for. I was invited to a birthday party. It was pretty cool. It was my wife's friend, and it was a brunch, which is like perfect. So we go to this place called the Oakmont here in Indiana. It had just opened up. It was fucking litty, dude. I mean, that place was going. I'm talking DJ. I'm talking DJ in there. The food was unbelievable in there, but I was I can't say way too high to be where I was.
Oh, man.
It was a very open place. You know what I mean? It was going. People were going. There was dancing. There was a whole thing going. I'm eating steak and eggs. I'm like, whoa, really? Jesus Christ, what is going on? But it was wild to be back in the wild, you know, for the first time in some time. Very adamant about the mask and social distance thing, though. You know, a lot of fist bumps. Hey, how you doing? Give me one of those things. See you later.
Stay over there.
I'm in a protocol. I had no idea what I was walking into. I thought I was potentially going to go get my own French toast in the brunch.
Oh, wow.
No, that was not the case. There was a dance floor. We had a whole thing. It was going.
Dance floor.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Let's go.
Is the place a club at night and then just serve brunch on Sunday?
I do believe, Indiana, it does not have a good brunch game around here.
Terrible, actually.
Does not have a good brunch game. And I feel like it's a big brunch society around here.
Yeah, huge.
And I feel like this particular place does have a good club at night, I'd assume. It just opened up very recently, but they also have, kind of scoped the lay of the land and been like, ain't nobody doing fucking brunch around here. And they are going to rake in from that brunch. I assume everything else as well. The food was so good. People were having a blast out there, though. I should not have been there. I should have had a better mindset going in there. I should have maybe been on planet Earth a little bit walking in there.
Was this farm to table, or what are we talking here?
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I did ask about the skirt steak I was eating because it was delicious.
Ooh. Okay, probably was then.
Probably locally.
I had steak and eggs. I don't think it was local.
So it's not farm to table.
Not Indiana grown?
Yeah, well, everything is a farm to a table. It's just depending upon how many planes are in between. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't want to mix the jet fuel in with my fucking steak.
That plane we got to fly on, go ahead and dump the jet fuel on the steak.
I agree. Pour it on. It's gold.
Culture.
How much is one of these? My first question to the buddy. How much used? How much is this thing? He tells me a price. We're like, we're a couple years away.
Land this plane.
I think we can get this thing. AJ, it was insane. We got the plane was stupid. It was way too big, way too nice.
And then he tells you the price, and then he's like, it's only probably like $1.5-2 million a year to operate.
Yeah, are they trying to scare you out of buying planes? Do you think the people who have planes? This is a real niche audience conversation. But do you think the people that have planes are trying to scare everybody away from having planes?
It's like the train community.
Exactly.
It really is.
Because you have to go to them if you need a plane. Everybody we've talked to that's in the plane community is like, the upkeep, so much. And I look at how much I'm paying to rent these planes, and I'm like, it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be more. So I think they're like trying to keep me out as long as possible. But there's a chance that, if it drives something or flies, floats, floats or flies, it's not a good investment or whatever. Feels like they're getting a good investment out of me every fucking week.
Thank you, ballers.
Yeah. Those planes. We got to buy a plane, AJ. We need you. Why don't you invest in buying us a plane?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the greatest investment, but that is absolutely
what are you talking about?
I can
dream
make it work.
of a lot of people.
I could put an entire pitch deck together, really, get you involved in this thing.
I would love to see the pitch deck that you put together on why somebody needs to purchase a private plane.
For us.
You probably have an Ohio State booster.
For the business,
dude. So where's it parked? Okay, where's it
in your backyard?
At the airport. You flew out of it, right out of there. Not Zito, please stop. It is parked here in Indianapolis. It is not in Ohio. Zito, I don't need you negotiating right now. You buy the plane, we have it here.
Yeah.
That seems like the deal.
That's a great deal. I didn't think it was anything like that. That's perfect.
You can drive 3 hours. It'll be right here anytime you need it, except for when we're on it.
Put your face on the front of the plane.
We will put your face right on the front of the plane.
Hawk wings.
Your eyes will even be the windows of the entire thing. Yeah, and we'll even get your hands out like this. So it's just like you're flying through the sky. You know what I mean?
His hands are not aerodynamic.
Is that a broken wing? No, it's
just his
just one
pinkies.
of Hawk's hands.
It's hanging down off the edge. They do have like a little thing that folds down on the edge of some of them.
Yeah.
If we somehow got his pinky to do that, it would be so funny.
It would only cost like $425,000 to get that little addition put on.
Yeah, I think that's what all the plane people say. They say it's very expensive. Yeah. There's some
buy it, man.
There's some shitty private planes too.
He's in.
Because we live in Indiana, okay, and I love that we are in Indiana, but some things pop up where we have to travel, and the Indianapolis airport has direct flights to I think maybe 4 cities.
About 4 cities.
That's 4 cities or whatever. So if we want to get anywhere, that is, that's kind of a gift and a curse of being in Indiana. Gift, everything very affordable, super cool city. It's awesome. The curse there is if we do have to get somewhere outside, it's not easy because of the airport. So we have to like kind of make this thing happen. In doing so, we have experienced some shitty fucking planes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some shitty planes. And you sound like such an asshole when you're like, this plane kind of stinks. It's like, well, it is a private plane. So
There was one that was filled with onions, like an onion smell.
Oh, yeah. The onion sandwich was eaten right before we got on there. So it was an hour and a half of just like fucking BO rolling through the thing. Then there's obviously every time there's any type of turbulence, you're like, well, we're dead. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of those moments. Not with this 757 we flew on.
No. Commercial plane.
That thing was insane.
Yeah.
AJ, we need you to buy it for us.
Come on.
Thank you.
What
AJ.
happened? You got upgraded just randomly because they didn't have whatever the normal plane is that you fly?
I think we were booked for a plane. Owner of plane needed it. So now no plane, but have to still oblige to the contract because good company, shout out, they gave us an upgrade of a plane. I assume we're going to pay. They're going to sneak it in there.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to sneak it in there somewhere. You know what I mean? At some point, and CFO Phil is going to be pissed off about it, but CFO Phil doesn't fully understand how comfortable that plane was. It's going to be tough to get me to go to war with whoever gave us that plane. Yeah. They'll get their money back at some point.
They were able to hold the reservation.
What's that?
They were able to take and hold the reservation.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they upgraded the reservation, actually. Yeah. It's very nice of them. Let's get to Zeke in Jamestown, New York. Oh, what's going on, Zeke?
Hey, yo, so listen, Pat, my daughter, big WWE fan, 7 years old. We watch that shit all the time. And then she also listens to the things that I watch on YouTube. A little Forged in Fire, It Will Kill, a little Ancient Aliens, The Truth Is Out There. A little Pat McAfee show.
Oh!
Yeah,
Zeke.
So we're watching, we watch it on Hulu a couple days after because, passing the kids back and forth on divorce. I watch it when I can with her, and she's like, hey, 1 week, I thought you were going to go kick in the NFL. You're like, oh, I got big news, kicking the football, throwing us all off. Mm-hmm. She's like, hey, isn't that Pat McElhat guy?
Oh.
Pat McAfee. Yeah, baby, you got it. Yeah. So we're watching NXT. She watches your show. She knows you.
Uh-huh.
Then, boom, the big news. You're on SmackDown now. R.I.P. Corey Graves. There's a new sheriff in town. His name's Pat McAfee. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I love Corey Graves. Anyway, so I say, baby, how's Pat doing? Is he doing a good job? She's like, he doesn't suck, Daddy. He doesn't say. And if Stella Blue says you don't suck, Pat, you got a lot of potential. I see it. You keep doing the good work. Hey, I'm doing
Thank you, Zeke.
Thank you, Zeke.
Stella, too. Yeah, Stella, Jamestown. That's up there above Erie.
Oh, wow.
Below Buffalo, Jamestown, New York. I do believe.
Why'd you cut him off? He had more.
It was too much. He was very nice. Compliment, very nice. Okay, too much, though. Zeke, I like Zeke. I like Zeke's energy. Couldn't take it anymore. People feel that way about me. Zeke gets it.
Maybe. We'll see when he calls back.
Hey, Mitt, make sure Zeke gets through, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitt.
Make it happen, Mitt.
Mitt gives a fist bump.
Does Mitt really do so he answers all the calls and then says hey, what's your name? What do you want to talk about?
Yep.
What's your name?
No, I don't know
Can
how
we get it recorded? I would love
job.
to see that. Like, that would be a good podcast to put them all together.
We actually did have early hopes of just recording the entire thing and like trying to cut it up into good stuff. But we never really followed through with it because the amount of content that would have to get edited and made into something is just not something we can do. But also, I don't think the phones work back here, so Mitt has no idea who he's talking to.
No, he doesn't.
Or what they want to talk about.
He's just kind of guessing out there, and he's
Even
done
if
a
they
great
did
job.
work.
He has.
He's done a great job. What you say?
Even if they did work, you wouldn't know who he was talking to anyways because he's on the moon all day long.
Well, that's the executive producer of your show.
That's true.
Oh,
You enable
no.
it.
He just put that in his bio. I don't know where that came from.
I think I made it. I think
Just a moment.
Gave him the title.
I actually gave him the.
Told him.
I actually told him. Yeah, that's on me. I apologize. Congrats, Mitt.
Hey,
That's a good job at it.
Mitt's EP of Hammered Down in about 36 minutes at youtube.com/Hammered Down. What are you guys talking about today? Just riding the wave, complimenting yourselves?
We got NFL.
I would, by the way.
Yeah, we are going to start with that, and
Sure.
then we have NFL draft analyst, lead draft analyst for Pro Football Focus on
And Bachelorette contestant.
Yeah, former contestant.
and former Bachelorette contestant,
And
PMI friend.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. He's a handsome son of a bitch.
Yes, he is.
Good guy.
Mike Renner.
Oh yeah, he was. So he was on Bachelor. That's right. Okay, I know who that is. Yeah, it's good. He's good on. I follow him on Twitter. I think.
Oh, you've been on Twitter. You've been on Instagram. Big influencer life now.
No. I don't think I've posted since my last one.
I tagged you in a story, AJ. You never reposted it.
What's that all about?
I should have looked. My bad. I ever since I took a lot of time getting my Miller Lite post out. I've kind of taken some time off.
It's like when an artist releases an album.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to cool out for a little bit until the next one comes.
Miller Lite's the best. They made this place strictly so they can get a photo potentially of AJ and the boys at the Derby.
Yeah.
This is, I would think, is that what it is?
No, not at all. It's absolutely has nothing to do with that. They don't even know I'm going. I'm not going to the Derby. I'm only going Friday. I'm not going Saturday.
I feel like Miller Lite doesn't really know. You're an Instagram influencer. You've never used Instagram. But I'll tell you what, made me want to drink a fucking Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Shout out Miller Lite. Dude.
Worked.
John Daly's been drinking them since what? He's 8 years old.
That's right.
Yeah.
Stocks the whole city, right?
That's a dry county he lives in, and the whole fucking town has just cases and cases and cases of Miller Lights in their garages. It's insane.
So there's still dry cities and stuff. I mean, are there a lot of them still out there?
The thing about it is, though, like every single family in dry cities becomes Nucky Thompson. They just buy up all the booze and then they sell them to their neighbors and things like that. It is an awesome little thing that still exists in portions of America. Yeah.
But usually there's a lot of places I'm sure where people live where they drive 3 minutes and they can buy it, but just cross the county line or whatever and it's legal.
I can't believe
what do
that's
they
still-
gain? What do you gain if you're the city or the town by being dry? I guess just you think it's better behaved or something?
Well, you get the grandstand. I think that's pretty big. You get to say you have power. I think the people in power love saying that and doing that. Other than that, I think it's archaic and
You lose a bunch of money in taxes that you would bring in if you did have alcohol.
it's economically irresponsible. But I do like the fact that they're potentially looking out for their citizens and not drinking alcohol. So we should go to all the dry counties with alcohol and tell them, hey, wait till you see this marijuana.
Oh, yeah?
You know, just wait till you see what this thing does. Go ahead and get them all on the dope down here. You know what I mean, Diggs?
I do.
You were thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Take the dope to the dry counties. They
Smart.
hate alcohol. Let's put them on the dope.
Boom. And bring in gambling right behind it,
Oh,
too.
there you go. Get them all doped up. Get them deep thinking. Let's go ahead and gamble on some sports.
Get them bad.
And then when they start losing on the gambling, then you bring in the alcohol to fight the pain.
Boom.
Okay, see,
irresponsible.
See, that's irresponsible. You don't care about the citizens and
I
the
do
constituents.
not. I do not know.
No.
Yeah, they got the dope to feel better.
There you go.
Yeah, but then the dope kind of gets, lumped in together with the negativity, which we do not want.
No.
We need to stop the chaos at some point, and I think the chaos stops at bringing dope into all the dry counties.
Okay.
The dope's good.
The dope's good. Dope makes it sound a lot worse than it is, huh? I should probably stop doing it.
That shit's dope as fuck.
Well said. Well said.
See, so young.
I'm hip.
Lit, dude. Hey, how about Kyler Murray signing the face clan? That's a big deal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You didn't.
Is it? I don't know. Is that a big deal? Honestly, I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
Face clan, dude?
I mean,
Phase
how
up,
do you
dude.
not know that's a big deal?
Wake
I
up.
think they throw up. I think they have their own hand signal. We will learn it.
Yeah.
Try it. Why don't you take a
Whoa,
shot at
whoa,
it?
whoa, whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
better be
whoa.
careful, dude.
Blur that out.
Connor, I believe, just put up a international hand signal for scissoring as.
No, you linked the
Yes.
Whoa!
Enough is enough.
It's like an F and a C.
That was not what you did. That was not what you did first time.
it's
by the way.
not.
Very clear. That was not.
I must have mixed up the.
Cross streams now.
That phase client. Phase up.
That's right.
Don't disrespect the clan, dude.
Yeah.
Phase clan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jeez.
Disrespect that particular clan, however and whenever you want.
Yes.
Golly, Diggs.
We can all agree.
We can all
We
can all agree.
Can't see fucking shit.
All right, I'm getting out of here. What a movie.
I saw that the other day. That's always a good movie.
Oh, what's up?
Criticize.
I cannot believe that a group of stooges used to go ahead, hang out, put their little costumes on, burn
Unbelievable.
stuff, and just talk about how they hate things. I cannot believe. By the way, I think that still happens.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I do believe that people think that's a much larger group than I think it actually is. I've seen a couple docs, and they're all the same potential group. But the fact that that still exists is fucking outrageous. Imagine that being your day-to-day. All right, what are you getting ready for? Well, next weekend we're going to the woods.
Got a big rally.
Putting on our costumes, fucking talking about how we hate everybody.
We're pissed this
All
week.
right, what do you got going on after that? Getting ready for the fucking next time we go into the woods? That's their life. It's insane. Anyways,
How do you monetize that?
I don't think they do.
Well, how do they pay the bill? They got to have regular jobs too, right?
Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I have no idea. Everybody that I've watched in those docs, I don't think they got any jobs. I don't think any of them have any jobs other than they spread the flyers and stuff like that. Kind of the face. Mansuri said in the back that the reason why they wear the hoods is because they all have jobs or whatever.
Oh, makes sense.
Huh.
I thought Will Smith took them all out.
He did.
What's that?
I thought Will Smith took all them out.
Which movie?
Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys.
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
He does do that.
Really?
Boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bust the cat.
Think about the amount of hate you have to have that your entire life is like, yep, we're fucking doing it. What are we doing? Gonna go yell. We're at in the woods, middle of the night, away from our family. Fucking psychos. Hey, the world's gonna come together. I think it's gonna do that maybe starting Thursday night. Yeah! All right, we'll be back tomorrow with a pretty good show. AJ, anything to say to the YouTubers?
No, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your big personality and the boys, and can't wait till tomorrow. I know we have some big time guests. It's gonna be a big show.
I don't know about big time guests tomorrow, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, shit. Stipe's on tomorrow.
Oh, let's go.
Ohio legend.
Here we go.
Especially after that UFC card. Did you watch? I tried. ESPN Plus wouldn't let me in, but I saw the highlights on the internet. It was electrifying down there.
I mean, yeah, that went about as well as it could for Dana White and the UFC in the first packed arena coming back after COVID. Like, that thing from top to bottom was pretty exciting.
Especially all the celebrity that were there in attendance, and the fans understood, like, hey, we got to put on a show here tonight. Yep. They put on a show. The fighters did the same thing. What a card for Dana. Welcome back. He had to feel pretty fucking good Saturday night whenever he went to sleep.
Yeah, until he, tweeted out that one thing that nobody really wanted to see again.
Yeah.
And,
What?
I mean, he wasn't lying.
He congratulated
He was not lying.
the guy who fought Chris Weidman on the first person to ever win a fight without throwing a punch.
And then he put out the video?
Yeah. The replay. Slow-mo.
Do not.
Fibula's being cracked.
It's disgusting, dude.
Yeah, that's bad.
Do not play it.
Do not.
Yeah, I think we have it.
That's legit. We're not. Shut the fuck up. We are not playing that. I am not. That thing will make me puke right here live on.
I did puke.
Then why do you want to run it? See?
Everyone else can puke. Feel the same thing I felt.
I hate seeing that stuff. As soon as I saw,
he didn't even know till he tried to fucking put his.
So I didn't understand
terrible.
during the actual when they were showing it, they were zoomed in. I don't know who he was fighting, but they were zoomed in on him the whole time. They're like, "We're not going to show this. We're not going to show this."
And they showed replay.
And then they were like, "Okay, here it is."
Dana White was actually like, "Fucking bullshit, Anik."
On the slow mo, you can see Weidman's skin break down. It was bad.
It was outrageous.
No.
But they could have cut out when he stepped on it.
Okay. Jesus. But that's hey, by the way, Dana being in charge.
Yeah.
Versus somebody else in charge.
Do you think it was like this though? It was like a thumbs up or thumbs down, like
From
go ahead.
Dana?
Yeah, let's just
Yes.
do it.
Yeah.
Roll gold, please. Roll gold.
Slow mo, a little slower. Slower. Can we go half speed?
Pause it.
Fucking MGK just got here. Run that thing back.
Show stadium.
Dana, he's wide open, man.
Oh, yeah.
What a fuck. Now, I assume he saw a lot of Vince McMahon, growing up running his business, but Dana can do whatever the fuck he wants.
That was all we had. Remember that first UFC when there was no other sports? And he was the only one that would do it?
Well, he wanted to do pack the ring. We could have done it safely, he said.
Yeah.
13 months ago, Disney, obviously a good partner, very good partner. We've been very good partners. We're good partners. We could have done it if our partner, who we've been good partners with, didn't tell us not to, basically.
Not forget about the AFL, pal.
True. They got 78,000 people in the stands, I guess, at the Melbourne Cricket Grounds.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The MCG, 78,000 people watched Coxzilla and the Collingwood boys battle it out in the AFL. It was a shame I couldn't watch it live, but I did watch it back, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
The AFL is still fucking banging.
That's right.
Look at Coxzilla going up there to get that rock. A crowd of 78,113 packed into the MCG. Melbourne Cricket Grounds, by the way, big area. Big,
huge.
The highest attendance at a sports stadium anywhere in the world since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So Texas Rangers, had 40,000. They're like, we're back. And Australia's like, what? Wait a minute, mate. 78,000. Now somebody's going to try to top that. And then it really feels like once you start looking at all these things and as these, the fallout doesn't seem to be as loud about everybody just dying that goes to these events, it feels like we beat COVID.
Yeah. With the 500 coming.
From Cleveland and Indianapolis with 130-some thousand going to be in the stands here at the end of May, all the way to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Feels like the world has defeated COVID. It's great to be here. Great to be here.
Great to be back.
Woo. Let's hope nobody dies from all this.
Please.
That'd be great.
You're going to be saying this, that for the next probably 18 months, daily, you talk about how we beat COVID.
Yeah, and all 18 months, I'm going to get somebody that tweets me and be like, we did not. 600,000 people died. I'm like, I agree. It was a big deal. Okay. Rest in peace to everybody that passed away.
Oh, yeah.
But to your point, I did not die. So did I? Yet. I haven't died yet. Could happen.
True.
Yeah.
But it feels like its current state with a lot of things happening, maybe we can take a moment to say, hey, it's nice that we maybe
I don't know.
beat COVID! That might change. Literally,
change.
might take all this out. We don't know.
As of today, though.
As of right now, we
Let's live
should
in the moment.
We should celebrate our mini milestones so we can live a much greater life of happiness.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the little things, not just the big things. We should celebrate. We should think about what old buddy said after he won an Oscar. You know what I mean? This past week, he said, "We're alive. We got life. We're walking. It's good. My parents had sex, created me. I got to win an Oscar. It's good. Life is good." Maybe we should celebrate a little bit more when we beat COVID at this point.
That's right.
What if fucking COVID makes a comeback though, like Jesus? Bitch!
No.
What if it happens? Oh my God, that would be a nightmare if wave 45 is the strongest one from this son of a bitch.
Please, no.
Fauci ouchie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if the Fauci ouchie isn't the end all be all, what if
The 16th variant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if COVID-20 says, excuse me, you figured out my older brother, but bitch, I'm coming through. Like Deuce, like a junior.
They might get us in the first half, but we'll take them in a second.
And we're going to get got, but we got to get ours more than we get got, though.
That's
And
right.
we will go to battle with them every single day and celebrate the mini milestones. Feels like the world is back. Draft night, 50,000 people in Cleveland, 78,000 in Melbourne, 130-some thousand in Indianapolis, 40,000 in Texas, 50,000 in Jacksonville. How you doing? Keep it moving. Feels like we're back. That's the show. We'll see you tomorrow. AJ, you're the best. Thank you, pal. Big shout out to Eric Walden and everybody that watches. $10,000 up for grabs for the viewers of the Thursday Night Draft Spectacular, either from me or from AJ Hawk. We'll put our mock drafts out. They have to be out 45 minutes before the draft begins on Thursday night.
Okay. Yeah, I will have mine before that. I will get it over to Zeet somehow.
Well, text will
Just
work.
text.
What are you going to mail it, AJ?
Fax, maybe?
You're an
Post office?
Maybe a pigeon.
Are you guys done yet?
Are you done?
You done? Does Nick want to jump in? Like you guys can get it out, get it off your chest.
Nick, would you like to bury AJ? There's no mic because Gumpy's not here with the mic.
yeah.
You would have to scream into a remote mic back here.
Fix your fan. How about that?
I may just text you my notes section, just like Pat. Just pick 1 through 32.
Okay, well, make sure. Oh, you have no trades? Cool. I'm going to win already.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
This guy stinks.
Are you really putting trades in there?
Oh shit! It's
There it
happening
is.
again. AJ.
God damn it.
Like that's on my side.
But yeah, I'm putting trades. Can you tell that thing at least keep it done by tomorrow? But yeah, I'm putting in trades. I'm putting in everything.
All right. That's what makes it tough when you put trades in.
Well, I think you have to. We got to figure out a point system before
Yeah,
this.
we
thing.
will have a point system in place.
Correct trade.
Correct
maybe
trade is a big
few
point getter.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe we have to do one just straight through players we think how it'll be drafted.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then another one of potential team moves with picks, everything like that.
Yeah, that'll be worth like 3 points if you get a trade right.
Yeah, like a bonus 3.
You can go
And then
pick
you
a
got to
point.
add up your scores from the 2 that we turn in.
Hey, just a quick heads up. You know those 3-point trades? I'm going to be like Steph fucking Curry.
Oh,
He's back to just throwing everything into the bucket, by the way. Everything's fallen for Steph Curry. He shot a half-court shot in the middle of the third yesterday or whatever and splashed, no question about it. How you doing, keep it?
He did the LeBron too, where it rolls all the way almost out of bounds, and then he picked it up and buried one.
LeBron let that just roll right out of bounds.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was peak.
That was the wine year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was everybody's heard on this team. This team stinks. Magic Johnson's actually going to be, I ain't going to be here. That whole year was tough.
Yep.
And then they won the championship the next year. He took a year off, just chill.
Had to.
Let a ball roll right out of bounds right in
That's
front of him. Save clock, though.
Did.
From deep in the hills of Humboldt County, we have special news from our friends at Canadip CBD, the nation's leading smokeless and nicotine-free dip alternative. Canadip has partnered with legendary cannabis champion Ridgeline Farms for the Runts strain.
Ooh.
Collaboration can that tastes exactly like Ridgeline's Emerald Cup winning. The Emerald Cup.
The Emerald Cup.
Okay, so Ridgeline Farms is a cannabis grower. They've won the Emerald Cup. They had the winning strain at the Emerald Cup, which is the marijuana Olympics, basically.
Wow. Hey.
So Canadip said, hey, excuse me, you want to tag team a little bit? They're like, sure, let's get the collab for the taste exactly like the Emerald Cup winning strain. And there are only 2,000 cans left, okay?
Okay.
Get them while they're hot.
Uh-oh. Let's
Get
go.
them while they're hot.
Ow.
Head to CanadipCBD.com and grab yourself some of the runts before they run out. With promo code LIPBOOMERS, you can get 20% off right now. The RUNTZ are a mix of candy flavor with afternotes of fuel that tastes exactly like a fall morning in sunny southern Humboldt County.
Sounds
Wow.
good to me.
Wow.
Kidding me?
Wow.
Here we go.
Also, stay tuned for a special announcement next week as Canadips will be giving away 5 trips to visit Humboldt during Croptober. That's right, 5 expense-free vacations to Humboldt for that amazing time of year. Details available by following at Canadips on Instagram. That's at CANNADIPS on Instagram. Until then, grab those runs at CanadipCBD.com and use the top promo code in the game for 20% off special. Lip Boomers, shout out.
Shout out.
Bro, Humboldt County during Croptober?
Well, it's nothing better.
Be careful up there.
Yeah, I saw that talk, but I think you'll stay away from that. You actually...
Yeah.
It'd be pretty dope to go see a bunch of dope, potentially.
Yeah, in Croptober.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
See, this is where private playing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Please, AJ.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Croptober's right around the bend. Let's get excited. Follow at Canadips for a chance to win one of 5 expense-free trips to Humboldt County with the folks from Canadips that are doing awesome work. And also the Runts, which is a Ridgeline Farms collab that tastes beautiful. Promo code LIPBOOMERS for 20% off. All right, that's the show. See you later.
Yeah.